All right, all right. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome to the stream. Oh, we have to get a good one for today, man. I am excited to talk about video games. Once again, I want to first and foremost say, sorry about that, Rags. I don't think my email went through. I had the code since yesterday. I don't think it went through. Obviously, it's not good when we don't get the codes to go through. That's why I do these one by one, and I want to make sure and double check and triple check. So I'm glad you got the code. I just sent it again, so my bad about that, fam. I think we got Flaming Queen. They got theirs. I think I still have 2 more. So we're gonna give away those as well. So the people that are gonna get, don't worry, you're gonna get everything. All the codes will be distributed. So we are back at it again, once again, here with the stream. I'm so excited to talk about different stuff today. I mean, it's getting towards the end of the year, so it's always kind of like, you know, sparse with gaming news, but there's been a number of different topics, you know, when it comes down to kind of like what's going on and stuff like that, you know, like I think it's a pretty cool, so yeah, I think it's awesome. It's really cool stuff. So like I said, I can't wait to kind of get into so much different stuff that's been happening overall, you know, when it comes down to different gaming stuff and all that, man. It's just exciting. Once again, it's always exciting to discuss video game topics with you guys. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. Exciting games for this year, next year. So yeah, man. Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. So we're gonna talk about that as well. I'm gonna probably do like a separate video on that by itself. So I'll give you guys my impressions. I got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment review to do. I've got Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I've got Metroid Prime 4 review to do. I've got a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of good stuff to do. So yeah, just looking forward to talking and, you know, discussing video games. Justin, like always, with the...
I played the FF7 demo, and man, the last time I played and beat it was on PC, where it stutter every couple of minutes. After playing it on Switch 2 docked and handheld, I'm definitely replaying it.
Yeah, the only downside, right, is the 30 FPS, you know, 60 FPS on PS5, 60 FPS on Xbox Series, but anywhere that you want, native, without the BS when it comes to a PC portable, with the Switch 2. So definitely a good compromise. Apparently it looks incredible. I haven't got a chance to play it too much, but it looks really sharp and good on Switch 2. So shout outs to Justin. Glad that you're enjoying that demo. I'm looking forward to getting into it more. And like I said, I'm going to capture the footage and I'll make a video on it, discussing it and talking about everything. I did talk about it today, though, about the demo itself and, you know, why it's important, you know, what makes it important, and kind of like Square Enix going forward. So definitely some good stuff. Justin, like always, striking that first ninja blood. We are out here. We're going for the Platinum Streak 81 today. Let's go. 15 combos. You guys know the deal. We get the extension, so 12 combos away from that. So yeah, I think that best beat. So Smooth looks amazing, handheld and docked. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Kraken Jack says, OJ, I can't stay long, but I'll drop my top 10 games of the year. All right, go ahead and drop it, Kraken Jacks. I got you. I'll read it off. I will read it off. Give me your top 10. I think I'm going to go with the top 25 this year in terms of games. I think I'm going to go with the top 25 just games overall. So we'll see. But we'll see. We will see. Let's see here. PlayerEssence. Yeah, I think I put 21 hours into Metroid Prime, you know, on the first playthrough. So I instantly, as soon as I beat the game, I instantly booted up the hard mode, and I just wanted to get like to the first save point before the Mr. Mac McKenzie, Miles Mac Daddy McKenzie, before I got to there. So it was fun. I want to go through it again. I got I think I got like 94% scan rate, 97% items, which I don't like the fact that you can miss scans. Like, that just makes me upset that you can miss scans. Like, I'm not a fan of that at all. So if you don't get it in that sequence, too bad, so sad, you missed it. You gotta replay the game to get the 100% scan. Like, I am not a fan of that at all. That sucks, man. It really does suck. But it is what it is, you know. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Marcel Wade? Welcome. Dior was here first. Let's get into some shout outs. Dior was here first. Big love. Remember, guys, I think yesterday, we didn't really have a ton of people dropping music requests. So if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in the message. Now, if you can't put your music, if you can't put your music request in the message, like if it cuts it off because it's super chat or whatever, you can always let me know in the chat. So Justin, if you want something, let me know, just so we can get some lit music going. So shout outs to Party Man, Daniel C, Rags, big love, man. Sorry about that once again. General Zamora, what is good, man? What is good? Let's see here. Rags, King Tree Freak. What's up, King Tree Freak? Jeff Shadow, Link. Let's see. It's PlayerEssence back at it again with the live stream. You know what I'm saying? Back at it again. Brand Smith in the house. Hey, yo, what up? JVue's been looking forward to the stream all day. Just got home from work. Timing is perfect fire. Plus, I got to play Final Fantasy 7 on my lunch break. Nice, nice. That's what makes sometimes going to work bearable. Like, hey, look, I can get this little game in on my break, you know? I would have loved to have the Switch too. Back when I was working a day job, man, that would have been great. Because I didn't even really have the Switch. Because I got fired. The last time that I had a day job was like before the Switch came out. I only had a day job for like three days with the Switch, and even then, no, I didn't even make it a day. I didn't even make it a day, bro. I got fired on that Monday, the Friday before I was supposed to get my big raise, my salaried raise, you know, and no more clocking in and out. I got fired that Monday, and I was supposed to get that raise on Friday, so yeah, it was funny. So I didn't even get a chance to really bring it to work, you know, and do all that. So it was funny. It was funny in that sense, you know. Let's see here. David V. What's up, David V? Welcome. General Zamora. What's good? Gambit. What's up, Gambit? Welcome. Video Power Gaming. What's up? Your boy says he got the LeBron James. Crown him. Got the LeBron in the house. What is good? Dane Gonzalez is here. What's up, Dane? Gamer Goon, what's up, man? Welcome. Feels like 40, but it's actually 30 that I'm more impressed. Yeah, they definitely said 30 FPS, so I think it feels like 40 because there's the frame pacing is good. So there's not a lot of skips or dips within the frame pacing, so it feels smooth enough, and the input response timing is good. If you have good input response timing at 30 FPS, it can feel pretty good to play even though it's at 30. A lot of times 30 FPS, there's input delay. There's like a bit of lag with the controls and things like that. Heck, you can even have it at 60 FPS. You can have that, but 30 FPS is more common. So yeah, I think that this one, they did a good job of making sure it feels responsive, you know, even at 30. Let's see here. Yeah, just a quick fact travel, 1% completion, point B, yeah. Yeah, the scan thing kind of sucks. I had to restart the game after 3 hours when I realized I missed one of the 5 missable scans. Yeah, it's like, you got to look it up, you know, like, so I'm just going to try to scan everything this time. I missed the scan at the beginning of the game, scanning the artifact. I missed that during the boss fight with that one big old first boss monster, like when you go, like when the space pirates and Silex are invading at the very beginning of the game, like the demo level, right? I missed that scan that was there. That's one of the scans that I know that I missed. I missed another scan in Flare Pool. After you beat the boss in Flare Pool, there's an enemy that like drags around an energy tank, and I couldn't get the scan on that enemy. I think that's the only place that enemy shows up. I missed that scan, and I probably missed like another scan during a boss battle at some point. So those 3 or 4 scans probably cost me that last number of percentage. And I think I missed a couple logbook scans inside some of the areas, maybe during a boss battle or something within you know, the ice belt, Flare Pool, or the mine region. I'm not sure. So I had a 94% scan, and I had a 97% item. I'm missing one energy tank. I think it's the energy tank. There's a psychic spider ball that I need to get, like in Chronos Tower, because I restarted the game and I realized that in Chronos Tower there's a psychic spider ball, and I don't recall ever doing the like, you know, using my the psychic ability to scan and see that spider ball. So I'm like, oh, I'm guessing there's an energy tank up there. So yeah. The demo's good from what everybody's been playing, Kocho. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Gaming Mariner? Welcome. I'm hitting the old backlog. Dragon Quest 11, great game so far. What are you playing, OJ? Metroid Prime 4. Just finished that up. I'll be playing Final Fantasy coming up pretty soon here. Let's see. Sup, OJ just finished the FF7 demo on Switch 2. What an incredible port. Hyped for the full game. Yep. It's very good. It's 10 hours into Beyond when I found out those stupid pods in the second boss shoots count as a scan. Yeah. rush through the rest of the game to unlock hard mode, 100% that instead. Yeah, you might as well just do that, right? Just rush through it at that point. I didn't know that I was missing anything though, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do a hard mode run anyway, so I'll just play through, enjoy the game. If I don't feel like finishing it, 97% or 94% scan is good enough. Like, I'm not in a rush just because, I mean, I pretty much, like, the extra content in this game is like kind of like whack anyway, right? It's like, oh, get 100% of the scans, oh, you unlock these gallery art. It's like, okay, you know, like, I'm pretty sure I hope they drop an update that just unlocks some of that, so I don't have to necessarily go through the game again and do all that. So yeah, but yeah, I was gonna play the hard mode anyway, so yeah, it makes sense. Let's see here. Hello, there's not a chance in hell I'm gaming on a lunch break. Hey man, I would game on a lunch break. Sometimes you need to game a little bit on a lunch break, especially if you have like something like ball and pit, or you have like something like a good like little indie game to play on a lunch break. That could really hit, man. That could really hit. I mean, it don't gotta be like a big lengthy RPG, you know. It can be something like small. It can be like a little indie game, you know, or something like that. What's your rating for MP4 now that you finished at least the 9, maybe closer to 9.25? I'm still kind of going through, gathering my thoughts, but I'm definitely, it's going to be somewhere between an 8.5 and a 9. I think that's where it's like sitting right now. An 8.5 and a 9, maybe like an 8.7. I'm going to really tally up everything, the numbers, and when I put the numbers in and I crunch them in my head, I'll give you guys the score. But right now, I'm kind of selling somewhere between a 8.5, maybe a 9.25, somewhere in that range. But yeah, let me go through everything. Let me tally up the numbers. Let me really think about it, and then once I get to the final conclusion. But yeah, to me, it seems like a 8.5 to 9 type of game. So yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really, really good. Let's see. Did you get the energy tank in the pod in the desert? You had to shoot it with a thunder shot to unlock it. Yeah, I got everything in the desert. In Soul Valley, I got everything there because I got all the little dots that says it.
Rogue Prince of Persia.
So yeah.
It's made by Dead Cell developers, right? Because
I think so.
It feels just like it I'm breezing through because of my experience with Dead Cells.
Yeah, it's made by the same devs, so you should be breezing through it. But apparently it's really good. I haven't checked it out yet, but I've seen people talk really good things about the game, Justin. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for the $3 dono. I appreciate that. 6 on the board. Justin right now dominating the combo breaker board. Yo, we out here. Thank you so much, guys. 9 more combos, and we've got a 15-minute extension on tonight's stream. Let's go. So, oof, that's why the Silence Amiibo exists. Oh, so you can just unlock everything. Okay. Well, no, I think the Silence Amiibo doesn't just unlock the what's it called? The video. It doesn't unlock all the gallery art and all that. So I don't think so. Did you get the? But yeah, I got everything in Soul Valley. I got everything. I'm pretty sure I got everything in like all the areas. Like I got all the scout bots, and like I got every single dot that I saw. Like, and I checked it multiple times. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I think there's a psychic spider ball in Chronos Tower that you can get. There's probably something there that I missed. Because I'm at 97%, so that's like an item or two, right? It's like an item or two. So I'm not missing much at 97%. So, so yeah. Let's see here. So shout outs though. It's not a damn 6. Some reviews were giving it. It's definitely not a 6, but the 6 reviews were 2.5 out of 5. So 2.5 out of 5, that's like a 7, to be honest. But once again, it translates physically out to a 6. But it's, I mean, like a 2.5 is I mean, that is, if I was grading it on a 5 scale, it wouldn't be a 2.5 or a 3-star. It'd probably be at least minimum a 3.5 to a 4-star. Probably more like a 4-star for me at least. But not everybody's gonna have the same feeling. You know, I get that. When do you get the most beautiful of energy tanks? I only have 3, and I just finished Flare Pool. When do you get the most beautiful of energy tanks? You only have 3, and you just finished Flare Pool. You should definitely have more than 3 if you finish Flare Pool, so you're missing some. But once you get the Thunder thing, you'll be able to hit the Scout Bots, and the Scout Bots will tell you where all the items are, so then you can just go and, you know, you can check and run through. So yeah. Octopath Traveler 0 is great. I just haven't had any time. Maybe I'll get into that at some point. I'm trying to think about what my next game's gonna be. I think I'm gonna go back and beat Trails in the Sky. I think that one's probably gonna be a game that I go back and check out. at this point. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and beat Trails in the Sky. I gotta get that game beat. So Trails in the Sky is probably gonna be what I return to now at this point. You know, I probably go back to Trails in the Sky. So yeah. So even though it's different devs, this gives me hopes for Pragmata demo and well in terms of quality, especially if Capcom gets it running at 60 FPS like RE9. Well, we don't know if RE9 is. I'm not sure if that's 60 FPS the whole time on Switch 2. We gotta wait and see on that. But I'm pretty sure the Pragmata demo will be good on Switch 2. Like, I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna run decent enough, but we'll see. Let's see here. Dead Cells, great game. I put a lot of hours to it. Yeah, Dead Cells, great. I mean, I don't like rogue games, and I never finished Dead Cells, but I do think it's a great game. Let's see here. Blame European Sony fanboys for the 60s. I don't know. Andy Robinson from VGC. I don't think he's a Sony fanboy. He gave it a 2.5 or a 60 as well. So yeah. At the end of the day, Prime 4 is flawed, and I can taste the development hell. Even with that, though, I enjoyed it. The game wasn't in development hell. I don't know why people keep saying the game was in development hell. It was not in development hell. Like, I don't know why people keep saying that. It's weird. Retro Studios got the game in 2019. They really probably didn't start full production until the end of 2019, maybe 2020. The game came out in 2025, so it's a 5-6 year development. There was no development hell with the game. When Retro Studios got the game, they didn't take over from the messy parts that Bandai Namco had. They didn't take over. They used their own in-house engine. So when people say the development hell of the game, I don't know where this is coming from. They weren't developed at the same people. If one developer had development hell, that's them. That has nothing to do with Retro Studios. They made a game in the appropriate amount of time between pre-production, hiring people on, getting the game ready, and probably having it done in early 2025, if not 2024. And Nintendo, of course, held on to it for the Switch 2 launch and the release and everything, because there hasn't been any major updates or anything like that. So that's how you know that they weren't really working on a ton of things right beforehand, because they didn't drop a bunch of updates on day one. Like, you can play the game without any updates. So the game had been done. It had pretty much been done for a while. So there was no development hell. And I don't know why people keep saying development hell with this game when we know good and well that Bandai Namco, Kraken Jacks, was working on the game beforehand. They scrapped that. They did not take over what Bandai Namco did and then start developing from there. They simply started from there, from scratch. So, I mean, there was no development hell with the game. If there's issues with the game, then that's just issues with the game. Just like any other game. There's games that don't have development hell, and there's issues too. Not every game is going to be perfect or what you feel is the best, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there was no development hell with Metroid Prime 4 in terms of Retro Studios developing Metroid Prime 4. There was none of that. So yeah, man. Like, that's the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like this game was going through, oh my god, people just took what Bandai Namco did and Nintendo canceling it and somehow tacked that on as if that was Retro Studios' fault. That Retro Studios had nothing to do with Bandai Namco's development hell. Had nothing to do with it, you know. Had nothing to do with that. They got the game back. They said, okay, we need to hire these people. We need to get everybody on pre-production. They got pre-production going probably 2019, 2020, and they made the game in 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years. Now, I do see people on Twitter and online tacking on what Bandai Namco did, you know, and it's like, wait a minute, they had nothing to do with that. They didn't do that, so we can't tack on stuff that Retro Studios had nothing to do with, you know. So yeah. One thing I'll say is that the transition scenes where Samus is walking in the area are bad. Like they were hurried. Overall, the game is smooth. Yeah, once again, that has nothing to do with being hurried or not. All it's doing is masking the loading time. That's all it's doing. So in the original game, Metroid Prime 1, how they would mask loading time is that they would make it to where when you shoot a door, it wouldn't open right away when you shoot it, or they'd automatically lock a door. Or in a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake, right, on the PS4, they would make it to where like you would squeeze through tight areas, or that you would be walking while you're going somewhere and dialogue would be happening. All that's doing is just loading the game in the background. That's all. It's just loading the separate area. So that has nothing to do with thing. That's just loading. You know what I'm saying? The game's just loading. Same thing like when you're riding the motorcycle, when you go to a different area, like if you're going from Soul Valley to Flare Pool, there's nothing. It's just loading the game. That's all it's doing. It's not. There's not anything that they could have done with that one, especially if you're on cartridge. Not if you're on your actual system memory, it's a bit faster. But if you're on cartridge, it's a little bit slower. So yeah. Same thing like if you take the what's it called, the if you're going to the Fury Green, right, to Soul Valley, that shortcut, they play the little spaceship. All that's doing is just loading the assets for Soul Valley. It's not, like I said, it's not doing anything any different. It's not like they like, oh, we had development hell, so now we have to put this scene in. Like, that nothing to do with that. Let's see here. I've been getting back to SF2T. It might have been dumb getting all the versions on Street Fighter 2. Hey, there you go, man. Hey, there you go. I open Twitter. I see you brawling with someone. My feed used to be calm down. It's full Warzone. And getting the post fanboy accounts I don't follow. Just mute me, man, if it's that bad. I don't know about brawling with someone, but just mute me, if that's the case. Let's see here. I'm a resident Octopath guy. I'm not sure about personal rating yet, though I've been 20 hours, 2 weekends. I mean, you don't got to give a rating before you've even beaten the game, so you can beat the game and you can give the rating from there, you know? Chrono Trigger, hope to see regardless of news that, yeah, I hope Chrono Trigger is coming as well, man. That'd be great. Okay, it feels like I had development hell. I'll say that, even if it didn't, the game feels like a lot of people had a lot of ideas, couldn't come to agreement on the mesh it all together. Like I said, yeah, I mean, that could be the case in terms of some of the ideas for the game or stuff like that. I mean, it could be that, but like I said, that doesn't mean your game is in development hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many games have you played where you feel that there's ideas that maybe didn't come together, but you didn't hear anything about development hell? I don't think that constitutes of development hell if you feel like an idea isn't as fleshed out as you want to be, right? Like, I don't think that means it's development hell. It just means that, oh, okay, this idea, maybe they couldn't implement it the way that they wanted to without something. So I don't think that's development hell. I mean, if you've played enough games, then I think you know that too, Kraken Jacks. Like, okay, sometimes not everything is fleshed out to the best of the ability or whatever. Metroid Prime 1, Metroid Prime 2, Metroid Prime 3 also have that as well. Those are not perfect games with completely fleshed out ideas where everything just works in unison. Like, no, like a lot of stuff in that game, they also have to make compromises. They have to do different things in order for the game to work as well. So I just don't think that, I get what you're saying, and I 100% agree with you on that. I just don't think everything is development hell, or if it is, if there's not ideas that you feel like weren't implemented great. Like, lots of games have that, and there's no development hell, you know? That's all I'm trying to say. Let's see here. System Shock dropping on Thursday. Pretty hyped for that one. Yeah, should be good. So yeah, let's see. I think Metroid fans who hate Prime 4 are degenerates. No, there's nothing wrong if you don't like it, then you don't like it. It's fine. There's no big deal. If you don't like the game, I like the game a lot. I think it's really good. But like I said, if you play Prime 1, you play Prime 2, you can go back and you can nitpick a million things with those games too. Those are not perfectly fleshed out games with it. Like, they're not. I played them recently and they're not. So I mean, you can do the same thing with pretty much any of the Prime games. I mean, really, the 2D games are a little bit harder to do with, but even with the 2D games, you can go back and nitpick a bunch of things, except for Dread. I mean, you can't do that with Dread. But with Fusion, you can go back and, I mean, that game is a 92 rating. You can go back and nitpick a million things with Fusion. Super Metroid, the controls are busted when it comes to wall jumping. Like, you can go back and nitpick plenty of things with Metroid games. Like, it's not just Metroid Prime 4, you know? But yeah, I feel you though. Like I said, I feel you with some of you guys, like what you guys are saying, you know? So yeah. Samus's feet cut into the environment during the scenes. During what scenes? The walking, and her walking looks stiff. I don't know, man. It looks like she's just walking. I mean, she's in a big suit. So I haven't heard anybody say that the walking and the feet cuts into there and the walking looks stiff. I'm not sure what you're talking. I haven't heard those criticisms, but yeah, I don't think that's what makes it bad, because even if that was the case, I don't think that's a big problem with the game, to be honest. Like, there's definitely other problems that are more discernible than, I don't like the way that she walks, it looks stiff, you know? Like, I don't think that's that big of a deal, you know, in the grand scheme of things. If you're looking at it overall, like in the grand scheme, like, I don't think there's stiff walking. That's not a problem, you know? That's not a big issue, if that's the case. I'm hoping Bowser's Fury, Street Fighter 6, and Kirby Air Riders Christmas. Hey, that'd be good, Dr. Birdie. It should be illegal for Dread to be below 90. It's not. It's legal, baby. It's legal and it's ready to go. Let's see here. Justin with the $3 dono. Shout out to Justin. Let's go.
I just realized now with this Prince of Persia game, I have played 3 Ubisoft games. Wow, that's surprising. Lol.
All right, how are you feeling, man? Are you feeling good about that? You should feel bad. No, I'm joking. Shout outs to Justin with the $9 total. Anybody that's 9 or more, you can type or pass it, my man. Justin, 9 on the board. Let's go. And then Deported Sling comes in with the Top Ninja Pledge. Biggest dono of the stream. Combo break for that. $5. And says, false. Prime 1 is a perfect game. Also, why are we talking about Samus's feet fetish? I don't know if Prime 1 definitely is not a perfect game. It's definitely not. Well, the only perfect game is Chrono Trigger and Super Mario Bros. 3. But Prime 1's definitely not perfect. But it's definitely good. It's really good. Shout out to Deported Sicilian. Thank you so much. You are now the new ninja. Stream Ninja. Deported S. Thank you for that. Anybody does 5 or more, you can type or pass up Deported Sicilian. Remember, guys, if you drop a dono, put your music request. Deported, if you want something, let me know. Justin dropped another dono. If you want something, let me know. We are at 14 on the board. We are one combo away from a 15-minute extension. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. I appreciate the support. You guys are always freaking incredible. Thank you so much. Sounds like people are looking. I mean, I think we're just talking about the game. I don't think Tim or anybody's being real, like, trying to be disingenuous or anything like that. So, yeah. Remember how people were trashing Fusion for how linear it was? Adam conversations. I think people always hated the new entries in the franchise. Prime 2, 3 other M. Samus Returns, Fed Force, and now, yeah, all those, with the exception of some of those games, all those have good review scores. And right now, Metroid Prime 4 has the same score as Metroid Other M, and that's insane. Like, Metroid Prime 4 is way better than Metroid Other M. Like, the controls alone blow it out of the water. So I think that definitely review scores are a little bit weird, right? Like, Fusion shouldn't even have the score. If talking and hand-holding were the biggest issues in the world, Fusion's score should be lower than Metroid Prime 4, because it's not only is it shorter, but it also has all that, plus it's smaller. Like, it's just, like, it doesn't have as much varied power-ups and things to do. I do love Fusion, though. I love me some Fusion. It's a really cool game, but yeah, that has a 92 right now, so that's the reason why I don't really take the reviews too seriously. Let's see here. Only Dread kind of avoided that, but there's still people who don't like it. Dread, I mean, it's Metroid, so it's like, you know, it is what it is, right? Metroid for its time, sure. You can talk about for its time, but also for its time, Metroid Other M has the same score as Metroid Prime 4, which is for its time. I don't care what time it is. It can be yesterday, today, in the future, back then. That shouldn't be a thing. That shouldn't be a thing at all. But Metroid Prime was awesome. I never thought it was a 10 out of 10 back then or even now, but for some people do, that's fine. You know, that's cool. I get it. Dane with the dollar donuts. I realized when I said I knock a point off for MP4 for the lack of music, I was talking about the desert as zero music, but forgot you have the amiibo and maybe the different experience. There is no different experience with whether there's music or not. You can throw on whatever music you want. If it really is that big of a deal, you got a phone, you can throw on a music if you feel like, oh, there's music now, and all of a sudden the desert's great. That's not how gaming works. Gaming works when it comes to music. It works like when you're in an area that actually has gameplay related things that happen. That's like entertaining. The desert, if it's a negative area of the game or whatever, a music track isn't going to make it all of a sudden better. You can throw on whatever music you want. If there's no music or there's not, throw on whatever you want. Is that going to make it better for you? Probably not. You're not going to think, oh my gosh, if I have music down, all of a sudden the desert is great. And on top of that, once again, you can throw on whatever you want. If it really is that big of a deal, since there's no music, just throw on whatever you want on YouTube. Does that make the desert better? I don't think it's going to make the desert way better for you. So when people say that, I'm looking at them like, okay, I get it. Like, yes, it should have been in there, but it makes no sense to sit there and say, all of a sudden it's going to be way better if there's music. Just throw on whatever tracks you want. Are you, like, throw on whatever you want. If you want music to be there, you can throw it on yourself. Throw it on yourself and see if it makes it better. You know, but to me, music is more like, okay, the themes of stuff, what happens when it's important. Okay, how's the boss battle theme? How's the theme of certain areas or sections like Flare Pool or Ice Belt or, you know, fighting Silex or whatever, right? Or the first bosses or sub bosses or whatever. That's what's important more so than in terms of a music score, like how good is the music. The desert, it's like whatever. You throw whatever you want. It has ambient music. You throw whatever music you want on. That's not necessarily something that's like, oh my god, it's gonna take a whole point for that, in my opinion, personally, because it doesn't change. I have the amiibo, I have the music. It doesn't make it any different one way or another. It doesn't matter. Like I said, you can throw on whatever you want if you really wanted to. So, in my opinion, so yeah. Metro Prime. I already read that. Shout outs. But I feel you on that one. Like I said, Dan, I feel you on that one. Other people have the same opinion. I just don't count it as much. Like I don't think it's a whole point. I think that's insane for a whole point. You know. I think that's way too much. But I know some people might have a difference of opinion on there. OJ gonna catch the cup game tonight. Personally, I don't know what they're attempting. A cup. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. So I have no idea what you're talking about, Michael. Hey, what's up, Paul Gale? Shout outs, man. I appreciate that. I think Game Freak Troopers, you mean Galactic Federation Troopers felt like real people in Prime 4, very grounded personalities. I don't know why people find them problematic because they're good additions. I think, once again, it's just series, what people wanted compared to what they got. So there are some purists, like Metroid Prime 1 purists, or just people who just feel that Samus should always be alone. So therefore, they just knocked it off points just because. Even if they end up being good characters or whatever the case is, or even if they end up working in well with the game, it doesn't matter to them. So I think that's part of the reason for some of those people. Like, do I agree with it? Of course I don't agree with that. I think that's silly. But like I said, that's why you don't always trust reviews. You don't always trust everybody's reviews, because sometimes they'll have these weird scenarios that they only apply towards certain games but not towards other games. So that's why, like I said, I don't really look at reviews in terms of how I gauge something, because who cares what they think, or you know what I'm saying? And other Metroid games have had it and it's been fine, like Metroid Prime 3, for example. So, and that game's great. So yeah. The music in Prime 4 is fire. The ambience out of the desert I prefer over having music there. I think just having the option, though, Kraken Jacks, I think that's good. Like, I don't mind subtracting, a bit for that. I don't think it should be a whole point. But because, like I said, if you really feel like that can really change things, you can throw on whatever you want. To me, what's more important is more of like the actual music that's in the important parts, like flare pool, ice belt, stuff like that. But I still think that it should have been in there, and I think that's a little bit of I would say it's a net negative. Overall, is it a massive negative? No, because like I said, I have the amiibo. You can put whatever track you want. Like, you can play like 3 different tracks. You can play like Volt Forge, Vuros, and I think like one more. And it's okay. Like I said, sometimes I forget to even turn it on, because anytime you get off your bike, it turns off. So, or if you leave the area and come back, it turns off. So you have to turn it back on. A lot of times I didn't even bother with it. So yeah. But I do think that they made you get too many, like, you have to drive in the desert for way too long to get green energy. Like, if you're not collecting it, it's terrible towards the end. So depending on like how much you've collected, like if you're actually taking your time to collect the green energy throughout the game, then it's not that bad. But if you don't do it, like if you're just rushing through areas and then you have to all do it at the end, like it's probably terrible. And maybe you need the music, because you're gonna be out there for a hot minute, I think that they probably should have told you, like, hey, take some time to collect green energy, like when you're going from place to place. Don't just rush through, otherwise you're going to be in for it towards the end of the game. Okay, so what you need to do, Disinferno, what you need to do is not spoil the game for people, okay? So I'm going to remove your comment. Guys, please, do not spoil the ending of the game, right? That's not fun. The game just came out a few weeks ago. Why would you say stuff towards the end of the game? Like, I don't get that, Inferno. That doesn't make any sense. Don't spoil it. Jesus Christ. Let's see here. My bad. It's a championship game for the Cup in the NBA tonight. Knicks are gonna get Wemby. Yeah, I literally do not care about any championship Cup game mid-season. That's stupid and that's dumb. Makes no sense. Let's see here. The desert does have music. Like, people don't understand what constitutes music. I think it has ambient music. Ambient music. They do tell you to at the beginning, but you need to collect the green energy. But that's it. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they should definitely like make it a bit more of an emphasis. For some people, like, I knew the assignment. I knew the deal because it gives you a meter. So I'm thinking, okay, well, yeah, you're gonna have to get that meter full. So I would always check it and try to fill it up. But for some people, they don't think about that. They're just trying to go through the game. A lot of people rush through games. A lot of people just get through games, try to get through games as quick as possible, So, Deported with the 2 says, you should start another beef with someone and drama. No, I'm not going to until I need to. Until we have to. We don't do it purposefully. We're not one of them drama channels where we just intentionally try to start stuff, like, you didn't like the Steam Deck. I know you didn't. You didn't like it. I can tell. You damn Nintendo bananas. Like, we're not going to do stuff like that. Like weirdos. We're not going to act all weird and, fake tough guy. All right? We ain't doing all that. So we're not starting any beef in that type of way. We're not doing that. Shout outs, though. I appreciate you, Deported. Thank you for the $2 dono. That does get us a combo break and does get us an overclock. Yo, let's go, Noah.
Overclock Buster.
Stream clock extended up, baby. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Nintendo doesn't start drama with other content creators. He's just a grifter that's like lost a lot of his fan base after he got smoked with the Nintendo Switch 2 sales. So I ain't even mentioned that dude in like weeks, right? So yeah, at this point everybody saw through his gimmick, and now he just has a bunch of haters that just watch his vids. Like, it's funny. It's kind of sad and it's funny because he was really banking on the Switch 2 flopping, and the Switch 2 is gonna actually. Listen, I don't have the numbers right now. I'm trying to just get some, get some ideas from some of my friends that work in retail. But from what I'm hearing, the Switch 2 sold incredibly good over the holiday break. I mean, as did PS5. Or over the holiday right now, Switch 2 is doing incredible. We know it's doing big numbers in Japan. Europe is not the best, but not terrible. And in the US, it's doing pretty good. So the numbers are going to be pretty good. The system's going to sell. So, I mean, I think you said it was going to be around the Wii U or GameCube levels. So I think after getting smoked like that, I mean, there ain't really nothing much to say. The only people that are going to be actually riding with you are complete morons or haters, right? It ain't going to be anybody logical, because this dude was sitting there making videos for months talking about how the system's not selling, and then it literally became the fastest selling system of all time. That's a fraud in my book. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fraud in my book, because he was actually acting like it was proof. Like there was actual real evidence, and he'd sit there in his crusty ass room doing that for how long? And then he made an 1.5-hour damage control video. That just, to me, is just, that is, I've never seen that in my life. I've never seen a Nintendo content creator or a person talk about Nintendo that makes not a live stream, but a 1.5-hour damage control cope session. That lost any respect that he had from anybody objective. It's just haters now. After that video, there ain't no coming back from that. He should be embarrassed. I can see why he doesn't show his face. I'd be embarrassed if I was him. I would be absolutely embarrassed. Like, it's not that big of a deal, for Nintendo. It ain't that big of a deal. He's too scared to talk to other content creators. He's too scared to just truly admit that the system did way better, and he can't, like, he's a fraud, complete fraud. So I don't think anybody cares anymore when it comes to him. So that's funny. But yeah, there ain't really no reason to start any beefs or anything like that, I haven't played the demo. I'm downloading it now. Is it clean as I'm hearing? Yeah, it's pretty good demo. It looks like the PS5 version, but it's not quite as good looking as the PS5 version, and it doesn't run at 60 FPS, but it looks pretty good. It looks better than the PS4 version. Let's see here. I like that the tier supply is sky high, bro. It's out there, bro. Orlando, it's out there, man. It is out there. Yo, shout outs though. I appreciate that. Combo breaks. Yeah, I knew the crystals were important to collect, but they really undersold just how many crystals you need. Oh yeah, they did. You need a lot, because I remember collecting a lot, and I still didn't even collect the max that you can collect. But yeah, you need a lot. Like, you need like a lot. They should give you like a patch should probably come out to where you need a lot less. That's what I would think. Maybe there'd be a patch, and I'm hoping that, like, when I'm playing my hard mode playthrough, that they do a patch to where it's like 20 to 30% less that you need for the max tank, for the max of it. So yeah. Let's see, he moved on to Nintendo doing bad at the Game Awards. They had more awards than Sony. That was the funniest thing. They had more awards than Sony did. Sony had 19 nominations, and they won 0 actual Game Awards outside of the movie for The Last of Us. But none of the Sony nominated games won anything. They had 19 nominations. Nintendo had like 3, yet they won 2 awards. So yeah, I don't know how Nintendo did bad at the Game Awards. They won 2 awards, which is pretty good, Clear Obscure won everything, so yeah. And Nintendo won 2, so that's not bad. Microsoft won a few too, so, but Sony won. When it comes to games, they won 0. So yeah. Even if, so like I said, fraud. Like I said, it's just grifting now at this point. He's just a grifting fraud. So yeah. Even if something does flop, it's got overall still bad for these grifters. Once said it flops, that's it. No long-term thinking. Doesn't seem like it's a great job plan. Yeah, like I said, that's why they grift. That's why they don't talk to anybody else. They just grift on their channel for money. So yeah. Let's see here. Everyone who isn't Claire Obscure devs did bad at the game. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, Claire Obscure won everything. So, like I said, Nintendo was barely nominated for anything. They won. They were nominated for 3 different categories in terms of like, and if you want to count Hades, I mean, you can count Hades. That's a console exclusive, but we don't have to count Hades. They were nominated for three different things. They won 2 of them: best racing game, best family game, and they had 1 nomination for game of the year. You know, so I mean, they won 2. They won 2 out of 3. Let's see. I joined the stream. The first 10 hours. Blah 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 blah. Banana. LOL. Yeah. Shout outs. What's up, Jackson? Hey, what's up, Shax? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Let's see here. His views have pretty much dried up with the exception of vids like Mario Kart World being booed at TGAs, which you know Sonic fans were watching. Oh yeah, that, and which it wasn't even really booed. That's the funny thing. It wasn't even really if you get extra alternate videos. So that's the funny thing. But yeah, that's how you know it's kind of bottom of the barrel now. It's just kind of say anything to get your grift audience, you know. Like I said, he has a mental issue though. I'm pretty sure he has a mental problem because like I said, an hour and like I don't even care about all the other stuff. An hour and a half damage control video, coping and seething and making excuses why the system is doing well, while you got blown out of your own original prediction and all that, like trying to make excuses. That's hilarious, man. That to me is funny. That right there lost all credibility. You know. I mean, I knew that he lost all credibility when he was too scared to talk to me. Anybody that's too scared to talk to another content creator about video games, about what you talk about on your channel all the time, that's a fraud. Don't ever, I would say this, don't ever believe that there's anybody that, once again, if you're talking about Nintendo, or if you're talking about whatever, and you have strong opinions, and that person refuses to talk to somebody, another content creator, about it, that's fraudulent behavior. You already know that they're scared. Like we saw it, like I said, Banana Dude. We saw it with lots of people. They're too scared to talk to somebody, because they'll lose their gripped audience. They don't want to stay. Like I said, we all saw what happened, guys, when me and Nintendo Prime. We all saw what happened in that debate. A lot of the bigger content creators that talk all day, they don't want that to happen to them. Now, once again, we debated a small content creator, so it's not really gonna hurt them as much. But that type of debate where you get absolutely obliterated, if you're a big content creator, you know, that's going to hurt you more than a small content creator. You know, so if you're a big content creator and your whole thing is grift, if you get obliterated with facts, people are, I mean, you're even going to lose your grifter fan base. You might even lose that. So that's the reason why they don't want to do it, because they're scared. I mean, one of them even said that. They said, oh, I don't want to get caught in gotchas. It's like, yeah, you don't want to get caught in gotchas because you a lying fraud. You know what I'm saying? That's why you don't want to get. I'm never scared of getting caught in gotchas. That never runs across my brain. Like, oh, I'm gonna get caught in gotchas. You know why? Because I don't do weirdo, fake news, outrage, lying BS on my channel. You might not like what I say. You can call me every name in the book, but I don't be lying on what I cover. And if I'm wrong, I say that I'm wrong. You know. So I think that's the thing though. But like, if you're scared of getting caught with gotchas, you're a liar and you're a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know Nintendo Prime, you know, he doesn't like my debate style or whatever the case is, and he said like, oh well, you know, I'm trying to get people in gotchas. You're damn right, I'm trying to get people in gotchas because there's too many damn we gotta stop acting like people ain't lying out here for clout and for money. They are, plain and simple. A gotcha is not trying to get you in a gotcha. So, yo, I'm calling you out on being a liar. You are lying. I am trying to, that literally, that's like how debate is. It's like, if you think you got somebody on something, you get them on something. If they can talk their way out of it and show you the proof or evidence, then it's no problem. It's like a court case or something, right? That's how a debate's supposed to be. So anybody who's scared of gotchas is a fraud. It's just plain and simple. You're just a straight up fraud if you're scared of gotcha moments, you know? Let's see. Deported with the $2 dono says, I voted for OJ in the category Boogie29881. Boogie29881? Like, what, bruh? What do you mean Boogie29881? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, yo, Boogie used to be the real deal. So yeah. Moved to Zimbabwe to get away from the dominant Switch 2 markets. Yo, what's up, Mr. Pereira? Welcome to the stream, man. I appreciate that. Come prepared and you don't. Exactly. I never worried. I have never, in any debate that I've went into, I haven't won everyone, but I have never worried about gotchas because I'm not a lying fraud in my videos. I'll debate anybody on my views with Steam Deck, with my views on Nintendo, with my views on whatever. I don't have to sit here and try to cover up and lie and do all this type of nonsense like these guys and be scared. These guys are a bunch of sissies. Like I said, fake tough guys, fake gamers. They're gameless. They don't even play nothing, bro. A lot of these guys, I'm telling you, man, we got to stop arguing with little indie gamers and stuff. A lot of these guys are PC gamonites just sitting here playing Slay the Spire, Company of War, all the free to play Fortnite. A lot of these guys aren't even real gamers. They're just sitting here playing these little indie games all day, and they want to be part of the conversation. That little bro wants to be part of the conversation. That's what a lot of these guys are. You look at their list, they ain't even playing nothing because they going to work. They spending all day at work. They come back, play little indie games. They don't even play the game of the year candidates, yet they want to be a part of the conversation. You want to be a part of the conversation of what should get game of the year. You're a ball and gun gamer, or you're a little indie gamonite. Like, we got to stop giving these people credibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these guys don't even play games like that. So they're part of that statistic that says that barely anybody buys more than 1 or 2 games a year. A lot of these guys that run their mouth are part of that statistic. They're just buying little indie games. They're not playing the best games of the year. They don't care. They just want to be part of the conversation, so we got to stop giving them any type of clout, bro. So yeah. Yep, people out here being loud and wrong. Think they're gonna check them for it. I know, seriously, bro. Yeah, y'all know, like the ball and gun gamers are starting to talk too. It's like, sit your Arc Raider self down. All you play is Call of Duty, Arc Raiders, GTA. Sit down. Sit down. Stop talking so damn much. Like, you ain't even playing other stuff. You ain't even playing what people are thinking. Why do you have an opinion? Like, just enjoy your ball and gun. Enjoy your NBA 2K, your Madden, your FIFA, your FC, your GTA. You're always playing GTA. Enjoy your shark cards. Enjoy your Madden and whatever you play, bro. Stop talking so damn much. Like, are you playing Expedition 33? Are you playing Donkey Kong Bonanza? Are you playing Hades? Are you playing Silk Song? If you're not, then shut up. If you ain't playing a number of these games, then be quiet. Stop always trying to get into every conversation. Ball and gun gamers are annoying, bro. They are annoying. Like I said, Gabonites, ball and gun gamers. Top of the list, bro. Top of the list. Let's see here. Well, Arc Raiders is hype. Arc Raiders is good, but if all you're playing is Arc Raiders, or if all you're playing is ball and gun games, I need you to stop talking so much. If all you're playing is ball and gun, so COD, Arc Raiders, NBA 2K, Madden, if you're just balling, like, well, you only got a gun or you got a ball, one of the two, ball and gun. Black Hokage said it best. If you're not playing what's even out there in terms of the best games of the year, please lower the temperature. Stop trying to insert yourself into every conversation. If you're a Gabonite that's sitting there playing indie games all day, stop inserting yourself into every conversation. That's all I'm trying to say. Deported with the 5 says, I need to play more games. OJ made me realize I have no credibility. Listen, man, you wouldn't be the only one, fam. You wouldn't be the only one. Yo, 24 on the board. We are out here. And I think my man Deported, I think you actually are the Hokage now with the $12. I think you did a 5, a 5, and a 2. So let's go ahead and get you up on the board. Anybody does 12 or more, you can get up. My man Deported Sicilian getting us to 24. Combo breaks. 6 combos away. Let's go from the next 30-minute extension. Let's go. Justin with the 3 as well, tying up.
But
Deported.
OJ, they do play the games long enough to see how many FPS it is on their PC, then they refund it. Lol.
Oh, man, yeah, probably, bro, probably. That's probably what happened. All right, we got a 2-way tie at the top of the board between Deported Sicilian and Justin. Thank you guys so much for your support. $12 a pop, 1 combo away. We did also add in Hey with the $2. Says, you don't understand, OJ, Marvel Rivals carry 2024. I know. That's when I just say, all right, man, I'm good. Like, I think, who said that? Was it Tim the Tap Man or something like that? Like, carry, bro. Carry. Nah, not Silk Song. Sold 7 million units. Not Silk Song. Not Donkey Kong Bonanza. That sold, what, 3.5 million in 2 months? Barely. Not that. Not Hades, which is doing really good. Not that. Not Claire Obscure that sold 6 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Let's see here. Don't forget the PC Tinkerbells. I mean, like, I think Gabonites and PC Tinkerbells, they're like the same thing. Like, hardcore Gabonites, and Tinkerbells, they're like the same, Shaw X. Like, there's a lot of crossovers. Sometimes they have inroads fighting. But for the most part, Gabonites and Tinkerbells, they're the same thing, you know? Like, they're the same thing, bro. Yo, thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. Combo breaks. Let's go. Big love to Shaw X34 on the board. You guys know what time it is. Overclock, 30-minute extension. Let's go. Big love, bro.
Overclock Buster!
Let's see here. Did it an indie game win game of the year? I mean, sure, if you want to count Clair Obscur as a real indie game. I mean, it ain't really, but I mean, I guess kind of. But what I'm saying is that these guys, they're not even playing stuff like Clair Obscur. They're playing like Slay the Spire and things like that, bro. And like they want to get into conversations about game of the year. Or they're ball and gun gamers. Like I said, all they're playing is something with a gun or a ball in it, and they want to insert themselves into conversations when they're not even playing a lot of the best stuff. Link with the $5 dono as well. Shout outs to Link. Says, hey, OG, just got myself a blender without getting into it too much. I want to getting too into it. I want to juice. Can I just load up that bee with fruit, veggies, etc.? Example, water and be okay. I mean, it depends on the juicer that you got. Like, yeah, most of them, like if you get a really nice juicer, you can just load it up, but you do one at a time on a juicer. So that means like you put it like at the top and then it comes out. So just one at a time, and you got to clean it out. So after you're done, like, you know, using it, clean it out. Make sure don't let it build up. Build bacteria in there, so just clean it out every time and you're good. So yeah, you can load it up and just go, but one at a time though. One at a time for those for those juicers, brother. One at a time, because like I got a juicer too, but you got to do it one at a time. Shout outs to Deported. Thank you for the 41. We're at 41 on the board now. Yo, we are out here. Combo breaks. Support player since he's an indie streamer. I am an indie streamer. That is true. I'm a true independent streamer. You can support me. I appreciate that. 14 on the board. Deported became the sole Hokage with the 14. Anybody has 14 more, you can bet my man Deported. Sicilian. Deported still at the top of the Stream Ninja board too. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. How is Clair Obscur not indie? I don't know much about the dev story. The problem that I have with it is that they were signing big money Hollywood deals. They signed, obviously, Game Pass bag. That doesn't mean it's not indie. They've got a publisher. Even though Kelper's not a big publisher, they publish independent-style games. I just think that Clair Obscur had way too much financial backing and way too much, like, clout beforehand to really be a real indie, like Hollow Knight or, like, you know, or, like, Slay the Spire or, like, Dead Cells or, like, stuff like... I just don't think it's the same level as that type of indie. When you've already got Hollywood deals before the game has even came out. That doesn't sound very indie to me. But, hey, it is what it is. I get it. I guess technically it's an indie developer. So yeah. Dane with the $1 dono. This is a late one. It says, respectfully disagree on music. Don't want to play a song on my phone mid-game. I would have got the amiibo if I knew how much you spent in the desert. I take responsibility for it. No, that's not your fault. If, like I said, if you want to disagree, that's fine with disagreeing as well. Painful listening to sound effects for hours. Like I said, you could have just thrown on anything you wanted. I don't know why. If it's that painful, you could have literally just solved it yourself. I still think it should have been in there, so I agree with you in there. But I mean, if it was really that bad, why put yourself through that? Why don't you just throw something on if it was that bad? Like, I mean, if you're willing to complain about it this long, it would take you that fast to just throw on a playlist of the best metric music that you want to play. So I agree. Like, I think that it should have been in there. And if you want to downvote a point, that's cool. But I don't know why you just say, oh my God, it's not here. Ah! And like, if it's so bad, just throw something on. Why put yourself through that? That's all I'm trying to say. And they say, oh, I'm deleting it at the point because there was no music. When you could have just thrown it on, and if it was that bad, because you spent so much time, you can literally throw on whatever you want. Back in the day on the Xbox 360, and on the PS3, I think before they met, and even on the Wii, the 7th generation of consoles let you play whatever music you want. They used to have custom soundtracks. They don't do that anymore, but back then, you can literally plug in a USB drive, and you can replace the music of the game right then and there. That used to be a standard feature in Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft games. Like, I don't remember 100% for Sony at launch, but I know for the Nintendo Wii, you can do it in games. I know for the Xbox 360, you had 100% control. You can literally just have sound effects from the dashboard. So, to me, like I said, if it was really that bad and problematic for you, like, oh my God, just throw on whatever you want. You could have just solved it right there. Like I said, you can still dock it whatever for not having what you wanted, like having it there, and I agree with you, but it just seems strange that you wouldn't just throw on what you want. You know what I'm saying? That just seems weird to me, and sit there be in pain when you literally could have just grabbed your phone and throw on whatever music you want. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I was saying. OJ, you know Hades 2 sold 2 million copies in the early access. I wouldn't be surprised if they doubled that number by now. Oh yeah, I bet it was pretty good. Deported with another $2 dono says, just play Dark Side Phil vids in the background. Just play Dark Side Phil vids. I mean, I would throw on podcasts and stuff like that. That's what I would do. I would throw on podcasts. Thank you for the 2, man. I appreciate that though. Shout outs. Thank you for the 2. Boy, that custom music on Xbox changed the game, especially playing Tony Hawk. Yep. I used to change the music for Castlevania Lords of Shadow because I didn't like the God of War soundtrack. So I used to load it up with a bunch of old school Castlevania tracks. And they would even, like, during like the cutscenes, they would like fade the music and stuff like that, or they would put the music lower. You could easily control it back then. I mean, I know for Xbox it was the best. I don't know about PlayStation. Like, I don't remember PlayStation as much. With the Wii, I know you could do it for some games, like Excite Truck, for example. I know you could generally have custom soundtracks, and then they kind of removed it because people were exploiting SD cards. But yeah, it was like a thing, like a standard thing for like Xbox and for Xbox for sure, and like I think for PlayStation and Nintendo. So, are you planning on doing a hard mode for Prime before you moving on to a different game? I'll do hard mode. I actually already started it up, so I'll do it. I'll casually play the hard mode, you know. Boy, that custom music. But yeah, it changed it up. Kind of okay with the grotesque trailer. Kind of wanted. Okay, you're talking about something else. You're not talking to me. Original Xbox lets you rip CDs. Yep. Original Xbox was crazy, bro. Oh, you got to talk about the Divinity 2. Yeah. That trailer was nasty, bro. That was a disgusting trailer. Shout out to Deported though. Deported with the 16. Anybody with 16 where you can type or pass my man Deported on the board. Hey yo, combo breaks. We are 1 combo away from a 45-minute extension. Let's go. Appreciate that. Even Nintendo dipped their toe into personal music playlists with Endless Ocean. Yeah. It was pretty cool. But like, I get what Deported is saying. Like, I'm not trying to sit there and say that like what he's saying is invalid. Like, I get that 100%. I think it should have been there. I'm not a fan of the amiibo thing in terms of it being like, I'm not a fan of that. I don't think it greatly enhances the desert because, like I said, you can throw on whatever music you want if it's really, and you're just out there forever, just throw on whatever music you want. So it's not something that's like a game breaking thing or, oh man, I gotta dock a whole point. I'm not going that far, but I get it for other people, you know. That's fair. Maybe I'm a bit weird. I don't listen to other media while playing the game. I want the full game experience. Sometimes playing with my headphones. I feel you on that one. Like I said, I feel you on that one. If you have headphones on, then obviously then you can't. I mean, you can do it, but you can't really quite do it as like what you would like, right? So I feel you on that one. I don't know. Like I said, if it was that painful for you, I think that you should have just threw on what you wanted. Once again, I still feel that it should be in there. I still think that it's okay to dock a point, or I mean, I wouldn't dock a full point, but it's okay to say it's a negative. I just think that if it was that bad for you, you should have just thrown on something. Like, you should have just, okay, let me throw on something and I'll be, you know, like if it was that bad, that's all I'm trying to say. Like, if it was so painful, just throw on something. Why keep yourself in pain and say, oh my God, when you can just throw on whatever music you want. That's all I was trying to say. It's like, you don't gotta conform to the damn game and like, oh, I don't like this. I can fix it myself, even though it's a roundabout way. I can do it, but I'm not gonna do it. You know, like that doesn't make any sense to me. Seems like an easy fix in my opinion. But like I said, it's all good. I get where you're coming from, you know. Deported with another 2 says, I want Nintendo to lock more features behind amiibo. I'm not gonna like that. No, we don't need that. We don't need more. We don't need hyper modes and features locked behind amiibo. We don't need that. We do not. Shout outs to Eddie's being sarcastic, guys. Combo breaks. Overclock. Lego. 45 minutes.
Overclock buster.
The Wii implementation was so funny. It would only work if you had exactly one MP3, the SD card, and it would just loop. My brother and I put a crazy train on there for Excite Truck. I recall it being more than one. I don't recall that being I thought it was more. So I'm not sure if that was something that was later, but I thought I used multiple different tracks, but maybe that's just me. Let's see here. Street Fighter 4 on PS3. You can change the music. Okay, there you go. You can do it with the PS3 on there. Custom music on Wii was so peak. I'd be playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 with my bros and pumping Linkin Park. Good times. That is so late 2000s. Linkin Park and Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Yeah, that is like that is so late 2000s. I love it. Let's see here. I think the jukebox should have been there too. Not a big deal. Yeah, like I said, I think it can, depending on who you are, it can be a big deal for some, not a big deal for others. So, but yeah. I beat Metroid Prime 4 and I didn't 100% it. Unlock the new tracks. Not only did they help, unless you're replaying it on hard, but also confirm to those unsure. Okay, did you have the amiibo though, Jackson? So you unlock tracks, but did you actually have the amiibo? Because I saw some people where they beat the game and it says no new tracks unlocked. So I'm not sure. I'm still unsure on if that does or not, to be honest. No, you don't have to say sorry. Planet, you can say shizness. That's cool, man. I'm glad that you thought the demo was good, bro. Honestly, I'm glad that you thought it was good. I want amiibos to be locked behind amiibos. I want amiibo features to be locked behind amiibo features. So like when you get one amiibo, you scan it, it says, oh, we need another amiibo to unlock that amiibo's feature. I think it's like, it's called like a stacker amiibo. You know what I'm saying? Like you need both of them. So yeah. Mario Kart World needs the jukebox, bro. It does. At least they have the sound, like the music track. But yeah, a jukebox would be nice for Mario Kart World for sure. OJ, I finished my Prime 4 today. Great game, but I felt lack of story-wise. I know Nintendo prioritizes gameplay, but a good story would elevate the whole experience, full experience for you. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I've played all the other Metroid games, and I felt that all the stories are either okay to good. I felt the story of Metroid Prime 4 was good. I didn't think it was a bad story. I thought it was solid, to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to remember what happened in Metroid Prime, you know, 1 or 2 or 3, and I don't see how this one was way worse than any of those. Unless somebody who's a bigger Metroid fan than me can tell me why those stories were so much better. But I don't feel the story was bad. I don't know. Have you played Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3? What did you like about those stories in terms of what those did compared to Prime 4? Because I don't know. I thought that Prime 4 story was okay. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the lore behind Vuros. I like the Lemorne. I like their, like, what happened. I like a lot of things. Like I said, not perfect, but I don't feel like Metroid Prime 1, 2, or 3 are like, oh my god, that story's way significantly better. I don't feel that way after playing. So, like I said, Mr. Prayer, but if you felt that those games did something way better story-wise, let me know. I want to hear it. Let's see here. Yes, I had Amiibo, but that was a separate unlock. The new unlocks were separate from the Amiibo tracks and unlocked next to hard mode on the completion screen. Okay. That's interesting, because I did see some people that were posting that they beat the game when I beat the game too, and like they didn't have the new tracks. So I'm not sure. Hey, what up, 777 OG, double OG? Hey, what's up, Johnny? Thank you for the $5 dono, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. 51 on the board. Yo, we are almost out here for the hour-long extension. 9 combos away. Hey, yo, combo breaks to that, right? Let's go. 9 combos. 1 hour. We already have 45 minutes, so I appreciate you guys, man. Let's go. Gambit also says that the FF7 demo is good. Let's go. Hold up. What about the story behind the 2D games? I mean, behind the 2D games, I think the stories are also solid. Those are also good stories. I think Dread has one of the better stories, if not the best story. I think Super Metroid story's okay, but there's like almost no storytelling in Super Metroid. There's almost no storytelling at all. You just go and fight things. So I mean, Prime has always had a bit more of a story than like 2D Metroid games in terms of how it's told. But I mean, maybe with the exception of Dread. Dread has a lot of talking between Ravenbeak and things that kind of happen. Not a lot of other characters talking a lot, but Ravenbeak is talking up a storm to kind of see like what's going on, you know, kind of narrate. You know, Metroid Fusion, there's definitely story there, but really just I mean, there's Adam talking, you know. So yeah. Let's see here. Best Christmas movie. Can't say Home Alone. Best Christmas movie. I'm not really sure. What's that one movie where the boy gets his tongue stuck to the pole in the freezing cold? Maybe that movie. Let's see here. I also very much enjoyed the story in Prime 4. It's simple but effective. The endearing characters really make the story. Yeah, I thought it was great. You know, I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was a bad story. Definitely, like I said, depending on what you feel about the ending, I think that could have been handled maybe a bit better with some of the story stuff there. It does feel like that there's going to be another Metroid Prime 5 that's going to, you know, pick up in certain situations, in certain places, but we'll see. We will see. Let's see here. After a while, I did take off my headphones. I entered the desert, got to the next area with music, and it took breaks to switch over to Octopath Zero. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe no, you're good, Dane. Like I said, you're not wrong with your criticism in terms of what you said. So I'm not arguing against that. I think it should have been there too. Bayonetta 2, best Christmas game. Best Christmas game, Bayonetta 2. A Christmas Story. There you go, A Christmas Story. So maybe that's the one. I used to always come on. I used to always watch that movie back in the day. So that's the best Christmas, movie. This is exactly. Super Metroid is atmosphere and music. Lack of story wasn't a problem. Yeah, well, like I said, I think we're talking about Metroid Prime games. But I mean, I see what you're saying, though, Figure Drawing. Like, I guess story in terms of, like, oh, the story's not good. Like, nobody said Super Metroid story's not good, despite it not having almost any storytelling, So, so yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I think people are being. I would be very interested to see, without the nostalgia goggles, what people would rate older Metroid games. I don't know. I think I'm not sure if they'd be rated as highly, considering, like I said, a lot of the criticisms in terms of Metroid Prime 4 are very applicable to so many other Metroid games, and those games got great scores, right? Like, hell, Metroid Other M, panned by so many people, same score as Metroid Prime 4. That's to me is insane. There's no way, So yeah. Jingle All the Way, actually, Jingle All the Way. I think, is it next Friday or Friday after the next is also a Christmas movie or Christmas themed? I think it's not next Friday. It's Friday after the next. Yeah, Friday after the next is Christmas themed. So I'd go with Friday after the next or the Christmas Story, one of those two. All right, take it easy, Rags. Thanks for coming out to the stream. I think Other M is good, but I'm weird. Other M is good, but the controls are atrocious, and I think we can all agree that the controls are not ideal. I think that. So I mean, yes, it's good if you can mod it and play with the analog stick. I think Metroid Other M is definitely better than what you can play on the Wii, or if you can use some type of like emulation and get it to where you can play with the regular controller, because it makes no sense. The controls in that game make no sense to control like that. So yeah. Polar Express. I almost got my card pulled. What, for Friday? Most of you guys don't even remember Friday after the next. So yeah. I understand the perspective of gameplay over story, but I would like for them to integrate the dungeons in a way that serves the story. Integrate the dungeons in a way that serves the story. I don't know. I guess I view the story as learning about the Lemorn and what happened to them in the dungeons that integrates the story. I guess I view it that way, because a lot of the story is told through the log books and told through like what happened in those areas. So I guess, and that's how Metroid Prime games are. Metroid Prime games, a lot of the story is told through what you scan. So I mean, like I think you said that you didn't play any of the other Metroid Prime games. I played Metroid Prime Remastered, but Metroid Prime 2, not 3. The collect 5 keys story does not do it for you. So yeah, I mean, like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that maybe you just don't like the way that they do the storytelling in Metroid Prime. Maybe that just might not be for you, because the story is told a lot through what you scan. That is how the story is told when it comes down to it. So you're not going to see a bunch of cutscenes and people talking and integrating the story like when you beat a boss. Like, that's just not how Metroid Prime story rolls. So like I said, I don't think they're never going to do it that way. I don't think they're going to do it that way. Metroid games don't do that. They tell the story, a lot of the story and lore and what happens through log entries of scanning. So if you miss those scans, or if you just don't care, or if you just skip them, like, there's even missable cutscenes on what happened to the Lemorn in the game. So if you don't scan some of those, if you don't get some of the upgrades to scan some of those, those statues that are just out there, you'll miss actual cutscenes as well. So yeah, I can understand that, but I don't know. I don't think they're ever going to integrate it the way that you're talking about, like a JRPG or something like that, where they have like a bunch of talking within those areas. Then all of a sudden they're going to integrate, like, oh, this is the reason why this. They're going to do it the way that they do it with Metroid Prime. Cutscenes through scanning, story known through scanning, and yeah, that's not everybody's favorite style, but that's just what it is. Deported with the $2 dono says they should have Chris Pratt voice Samus. I think Chris Pratt could do a good Samus. I think Chris Pratt could definitely do a good Samus. You know, absolutely. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 2. Shout outs, man. Shout outs to Deported. 18 on the board. Deported Sicilian. Running riot on the board. 18 on the combo board. Anybody that's 18 or more, you can beat my man. Deported Sicilian. 7 more combos before the 1 hour extension as well. Let's go. How many other 3D Metroidvania games are doing half what Prime 4 is doing? I mean, most of them aren't, but once again, I think, like I said, this game is being hypercritical. I think if people go back and play some of the other games, they'll realize that a lot of the stuff is the same in those games, and maybe they don't remember correctly, or maybe they just never played those games. But yeah, I get it, though. I get some of the criticisms overall. D-pad for 3D movement and switching how you hold the controller to shoot missiles was a nightmare. How did they, how that made it to the end product still boggles me. Yeah, it really does. It really does. I don't know how they decided that was going to be the control scheme for the game. I think Nintendo loved gimmicks back then, though. So if you had a really gimmicky playstyle, they were like all for it. Like, Nintendo was a fan of gimmicks, you know? Not only were they a fan of gimmicks, they were also a fan of not giving you the option to play it any other way. Nintendo was not a fan of options for people that can't play games with 2 hands, even though they did have the Wii Remote, so yes, you can play that. But they were, when it comes to their hardcore games, they were not a fan of multiple control schemes for games. The Wii era in particular was notorious for games. It won't let you use like Nintendo would sell a Pro Controller on the Wii, the original Wii, and then games would not use the Pro Controller. Even if the game had regular button controls, Nintendo would just, sometimes the developers just would not program the game to be in use with the Pro Controller. A perfect example of this is Retro Studios with Donkey Kong Returns. They literally have some button controls, but they force you to use motion controls in the game. There is no way to use a Pro Controller in that game. So you are, like, you know, going like this to waggle, to roll certain things. I mean, it's still a great game, and it's still fun, but the fact that they didn't program in Pro Controller support is absolutely nonsense. And, like, you know, they did this with Super Mario Galaxy, where you need the Wii Remote. They did this with many games, where a Metroid Prime 3, you know, you can't have other control schemes. They forbade you from that. So, you know, if you're looking at it in that type of sense, which, by the way, it wasn't like it was a product of the time. People said this back then. People, and I'm not trying to just say, oh, well, it's something different. People didn't say that. It was no. I said it back then. Other people said it back then. The fact that Nintendo does not give control schemes for the Pro Controller, you would buy a Pro Controller and you would not be able to use it, was a issue in a lot of games. So yeah, I think that was a thing. Twilight Princess had waggle controls. There was no, even though the game was literally built for using a GameCube controller. It was literally a GameCube game. And they're like, well, no, on the Wii, no GameCube control. Like, which was like, okay, so I have to waggle. I mean, there was some good things using the Wii Remote to, you know, shoot the bow, but like, you know, like there was just some annoying things, very annoying things when it comes down to it. Like, I get a game like Wii Sports having to use motion controls, that makes sense, but Twilight Princess, Metroid Prime 3, Super Mario Galaxy, these games should have had optional Pro Controller support, you know, or GameCube controller support. Deported with the $2 dono, and he says, let's be honest, some gamers can't move more. Wii Fit. Yo, the Wii Fit in the house. That's really what happened, bro. That's really what happened, you know, overall. Thank you for the $2 dono. Appreciate that. Shout outs to Deported. $20 total. Thank you to Deported. Anybody that's 20 or more, the Urubudos. You can pass up my man Deported on the board. 45 combos away from the platinum streak. 81. Let's go. Metroid Other M control scheme ethos versus Metroid Prime 4 is a stark contrast. The game with the worst control scheme ever, with no alternatives, and now the most options of any game. Yeah, same score too, by the way. DK Country Returns HD is going to be one of my games to play during my 2-week Xmas vacation. Hey, there you go. That's a good game, and it's even better on Switch too. There's no lag. There's no frame rate drops on Switch too. Wait, I have Metroid Prime 4 amiibo, so do I not get access to the cutscenes or do I have to get all the scans? I'm confused. What can you explain? If you want to get all of the access like to the cutscenes replaying, if you have this, I think it's the Silex amiibo, you can just do it from there. You can just unlock it from there. However, you can also unlock it just by playing the game, like getting like 100% of scans and certain stuff. So if you have the amiibo, you can get all the cutscenes that you can replay. If you don't have the Silex amiibo, you can just unlock it by playing the game and like getting everything, like the scans. Like they tell you what you need. If you go to the gallery, they'll tell you, like, if you're having like a question mark, they'll tell you what you need to do to get it. So let's see, not gonna lie, I still prefer Twilight Princess with waggle controls than the GameCube or Pro Controller controls. That's just me though. Yeah, I think I prefer the option. That's what I would prefer. What's up, Mr. Davis? Other than the desert music, I really enjoyed Metro Prime 4 on the rate a bit better than MP Remastered. I haven't played MP 2 or 3 though. Just did 100% last night. Nice, let's go, Dave. Let's go. Let's see here. Dear Kronos. Shout out to Dan Dips. Yo, Dan Lee in the house. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that support. Appreciate you guys. Shout outs to Deported. My man Deported's killing it. Let's go. 5 combos away from these 1 hour extension. Sorry, button mashed. I thought you were saying Dear Kronos isn't like, you were saying like a love letter to the game Kronos. Mr. Davis, you did not miss anything, man. You are good. You are good, Mr. Davis. You are good. You did not miss anything. You are still, like I said, rolling with some of the best overall. So you're good, brother. You are good. You are Gucci. If you guys have questions too, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your awesome Elite Ninja questions. Also, we had a new video today. Shout out to everybody that's watching the video. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys go check out that vid. If you have not seen it yet, go check out the vid. Still prefer having different control options to customize over being forced into a control style. Exactly. That's people weren't saying that those control styles shouldn't exist. People were just saying that there should be an option. Like, it should be an option for the style. Like, it shouldn't be forced to, you know, play one style away. Like, and that's what, like, the Wii U, and really more like the Switch, but the Wii U kind of gave you a lot more options. The Wii U, it would give you the option to play with the Wii U Pro Controller. It'd give you the option for a gamepad. It'd give you the option sometimes for Wii Remote and Nunchuck. Like, it would give you so many options. For the most part, pretty much every game supported the Pro Controller. There were some that didn't, which was stupid, but most games did. Some games did stupid things though with the Wii U. It wasn't quite perfect. For example, Xenoblade Chronicles X and Tokyo Mirage Sessions, for some stupid reason, Nintendo did not program in, or Atlas and Nintendo did not program in, like, there are some things that are mapped to the gamepad regardless on Xenoblade X on the Wii U and Tokyo Mirage Sessions. For some reason, they didn't map it to where if you're playing on a Pro Controller, you can pull up whatever's on the gamepad screen on the actual screen. So you need to use 2 controllers. So if you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, to do like the Navi pad or whatever, you need to have the Wii U gamepad, which it was okay for a bit. Where like, okay, you have it right there, you can see it, but it got annoying. It got annoying when it comes down to that. So I think that that was not great. Same thing with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Like, there's certain actions, I think, like with the cell phone, that are mapped to the what's it called, the mapped to the gamepad. So you have to play with 2 controllers, you know. It wasn't until the Switch that Nintendo finally perfected that, where it was like, okay, literally every game, with the exception of games that are like motion controlled games that are like built for motion, all of them have Pro Controller support. Like, pretty much all of them do. And even the ones that are built for motion, like, you can still do like Pro Controller stuff, like to maybe like gyro or whatever, right? So like, they finally figured it out where like, okay, we got as many options as possible, you know. So yeah. I enjoyed Waggle Control Tolerance. It worked great. Skyward Sword didn't work for me until Switch version. Skyward Swords, the thing about Skyward Sword is that Skyward Swords were more whatever, you know, more actually accurate. So yeah. Just for you, the story felt, yeah, and that's okay, Mr. Prayer. I'm not like saying that you're wrong for feeling that way. I'm just saying that that's just how the storytelling is in Metroid Prime games. Like, I don't know if you've played Dread or if you've played the other games, but That's just how they tell the story. Like, they're not going to have a bunch of cutscenes and story stuff inside the areas. It's more about the experience. And then every now and then you'll have some, you know, cutscenes or some areas that talk about story. But Metroid games don't do that. You're not going to find any experience like where somehow you're in Flare Pool and there's going to be like some type of scenario that happens story-wise that dramatically ties things in like an RPG. That's just not going to happen in Metroid games. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't happen in any of the Metroid games for the most part. And like I said, 2D Metroid games, literally, there'll be zero talking, zero things even said at all in many parts, like Super Metroid, for example. I don't know if you've played that game, but there's literally like zero, like no, like outside the beginning area, and that's just how Metroid games are. Like it's a feel, it's a vibe. You know, you're gonna have some talking in games. Like I don't think there should be zero talking. I'm not a purist. But I mean, I don't think that there should be like a bunch of stuff that happens in terms of, oh, this whole thing scenario, like a JRPG. I don't think it should be quite like that, where you have a bunch of talking and people mixing things up in every single area and it ties back in. Like, that's just not how Metroid is. Metroid is about like, oh, I gotta go into this area, I gotta solve this thing, I gotta solve these puzzles, I gotta beat this boss, and I gotta go back and maybe there's some type of thing afterwards that happens. But it doesn't tie in the dungeons like it's not like a JRPG. So I mean, I get that maybe that's what you're looking for, but that's not how Metroid Prime 1 doesn't do that either. Like none of them do that. So yeah, you're not gonna get that out of Metroid, which is, once again, you don't have to like it, and I'm not saying that you're wrong for having your opinion. I'm just telling you how Metroid games are, you know, because I've played every single one of them. So it's all good. Like I said, it's all good. No hate towards your way on that one, Mr. Pereira. Let's see here. I wish Drag and Drive had standard controls. Looks fun. You know, standard controls would make the game better, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be like an incredible game even with standard controls. But yes, Drag and Drive needs... But that's a game that's built around motion control. Now, the motion control is just bad, though. It's just bad, but I don't have a problem with that because it's not like a massive game or anything. But yeah. OJ, your channel was my top channel for 2020. 0% of viewers. Keep it up. We are out here watching. Thank you, Mr. Pariah. I appreciate that. Yo, let's go. Appreciate you guys. Combo breaks to that, man. I'm kind of glad we have some downtime with Switch 2 game releases. I have Trails in the Sky, ZA, Metroid Prime 4, Bonanza, down Hyrule to beat. Oh my, you haven't beat any of those? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm glad we have some downtime too. I'm going to be playing Trails in the Sky. I'm going to get back to Trails in the Sky first chapter. So I got to get back to that. I got to beat Hades 2. Got to get back to Hades 2. Yeah, we got to get back to that. We got to get back to Silk Song. So a lot of the games that came out in September. I can see your comments, Mr. Davis. What's good, man? How you doing today? Let's see here. That's why I want a Prime 2 and 3 remaster. I hate the motion controls in Prime 2. And 3, of course, the GameCube controls for 2 isn't ideal. Yeah, I think that if they remaster it or if they re-release it, then you're going to have more control schemes, so it'll be better overall. Been a long time since I enjoyed a console title this much. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Metroid Prime 4 is fun. There's a lot of fun games. I played Dread, loved it for the gameplay. Yeah. So I mean, that's what you can expect with like a Metroid. Dread story's good though, but that's what you can expect. Like a lot of times in Dread, you didn't even there was no talking at all in any of the areas, or there was none of that, right? It was just you do the thing there, you get what you get, you go backtrack, and then you go back on Ravenbeak, so it just starts yapping about stuff in the save room, you know. So yeah, it was pretty massive monster update that just dropped. That's pretty sick. Monster Hunter Wilds, what'd they do? It's pretty good. Will it bring people back? Will it bring people back? Will people start getting excited again? Let's take a look at what it does, though. I didn't see it. Gematsu doesn't have it up yet, so yeah, I'm not sure what it does. But let me know, for those that see the update, let me know what it does. Let me know what it does, and we can talk about it. I think Prime 1 Remastered had the best control customization out of all the Prime games. Prime 1 Remastered controls were amazing. Best control customization. I played Prime 1 Remastered. How does that work better than Metroid Prime 4? Considering that you can do mouse controls, you have the sensitivity with mouse, you have the gyro, you have dual fusion where you can do from Joy-Con to pointing to gyro to dual analog. How does it get better than that? Because like, remind me on that one. Let's see here. Dan Dips Queso with the or Dan Lee with the $2 dono. I appreciate that. Says, you know, I need some Castlevania jams, bro. We know we need some Castlevania jams in here. Let's go. You guys give some love to my man Dan Lee. Castlevania. Castlevania music. Let's go, man. Simon Belmont. Simon Belmont theme. Yeah. This one's good. I gotta turn it down though. Let's see here. Hold up, boss man. It's been a hot minute. Hey, what's up? Just so welcome. I saw that you were at the Game Awards. Why'd you waste your time at that show? Why didn't you just cover it from home? I was wondering why you went. I want to know why you went, fam. No, not that it was a bad thing going. I think it was cool to talk to, maybe you talk to developers, you talk to other press members and all that. But what was the point of going there, if you don't mind me asking? Let's see. Prime 1 wasn't one of my favorite games, but Prime 1 is one of my favorite games ever. Okay. Castlevania 4 is so goated. Yeah, Castlevania 4 is pretty good. Tried the Pro Controller in Prime 4. It felt really weird. Prime 4 felt really weird to Prime 1. Prime 1 remastered customization on the controls were so freaking good. I loved it better than mouse control. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. I don't know, man. I played Prime 1. I don't see how the controls, they seem almost like they just ripped it straight from there, then added even more options on top of that. So I don't know about all that. I don't know. Because like I said, I played Prime 1, and it's Prime 4 got as many control options and then some, and even more tweaks to it. So yeah.
I think I'm going to move on from Pokemon ZA. I did most of the post-game DLC, and I'm 130 hours in. I really have too many games to play.
Yeah, I think at this point, it might be time to move on. 130 hours. I haven't even got a chance to do the DLC. I might want to go back to Pokemon Legends ZA and do that DLC. I'm not sure, though. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Shout outs to my man, Justin. Thank you for another $3. You got us to the combo breaks and to the Noah and Mio. Shout outs, let's go, man. Let's see here. Nah, I thought Prime 4 had way less options for the Pro Controller. All right. We can find out right now. Where's my Switch 2? It's in my backpack. Give me a second. We'll find out right now. Give me 1 second. I got both of them right now. We'll look in the options menu and we'll find out. Give me a second. We'll find out right now. We'll figure it out right now. Which one has got more? We will figure it out in terms of options. I got my Switch 2 right here. We will figure it out. I got Prime 4. I got Prime 4 and I got Prime 1. So we'll figure it out right now. We'll get into it. I don't think it does. I don't think it has, but we'll see. Rip though, I missed Doug Bowser on the way out. Would have been nice. Oh, okay, cool. Tickets were priced well, very much. I just wanted the experience live, especially with Claire Obscure hype. Learned to enjoyable, but not live, but not worth it to do a lot. Okay, gotcha. Just wanted the experience of the Game Awards. Okay. Yeah, I got time today. We can do it. The customization on Pro Controller 1 and Prime Remaster gave way more options than Prime 4. Let me do with the D for the Pro. Like I said, yeah, we'll find out. I got it right now, so we'll find out. I don't think so, but we'll see. I got Prime 4 right here, or I got Prime 4 right here, but I got Prime 1 in my virtual game card, so it won't take too long to download it. I got a physical copy, but I don't want to open it up, so I ain't gonna do all that. So I don't want to find that. So I want to see this because I don't remember this. I don't remember what he's saying. So I hope if it's true, then because I'm gonna replay Prime 1. Like I'm gonna actually go through and play it again. So, so yeah. Well, like I said, we'll find out. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna finish downloading it, and then once we finish, then we'll talk about it. So yeah. Let's see here. They're pretty identical. Prime 1 just having no mouse. That's what I was thinking. I don't recall it being like there's way more options for Prime 1. I don't think so. But some people are saying that it is. Yoshi's saying that it is. Jackson is saying that it's not. Flighties is saying that it's not. It's pretty much the same. But like I said, maybe I missed something. So I want to see. Let's see here. So it says Prime 1 lets you literally map every button to how you would have liked it. Prime 4 Prime 4 doesn't. Okay. So mapping every single button. So are you just saying just from the Pro Controller? You're not saying overall more options. You're just saying just the Pro Controller, because obviously Prime 4 doesn't have mouse support, doesn't have the dual fusion
I had
controls,
a long hard day,
you know?
had to get a test to rule out my neck is broken, and as the medication I took kicks in, I asked two important questions. Why'd I suck so much at MKW? And why has Fire Emblem 4 not been announced yet?
Oh man.
Can you answer these questions, OJ?
I really hope your neck actually isn't broken. So hopefully your neck is doing okay, first and foremost. Second, Fire Emblem 4 remake, it's going to happen, guys. Just relax, okay? Just relax. No, Prime 4 also maps every single button on Pro Controller. Okay, maps every single button on Pro Controller, says Action Jackson. Okay. So you can do that. I'm pretty sure I thought I saw that to where you can remap on Prime 4 as well. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, we'll find out. Let's see here. You can map buttons in Prime. That's what I thought. I was like, pretty sure you can do that. Pretty sure you could on Prime 4 as well. So with the Pro Controller. So I mean, because like you can map the Joy-Cons, right? So yeah. I think Prime 1 just gets this, it just gets the legacy glaze from people. No offense, Yoshi. I think it just gets the legacy glaze where people just say it's better for whatever, and even if Prime 4 offers that or does that, people just say, no, and Prime 1 did. People just get like, it's like the legacy glaze, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Prime 1 was better, it did this. I'm like, Prime 4 did this better though. No, but Prime 1, it's 97 rated on Metacritic. It might get legacy glaze right now, bro. So we'll see though. Like I said, I'm downloading it. Let me just open up Prime 4 real quick though. I mean, I got Prime 4 right here, so we open that up. Neck broken. Answer my question. OJ seems legit. I really hope his neck isn't actually broken. That's not good at all. Prime 1 Remaster can be played without gyro or with the gyro. Can Prime 4 turn on and off the gyro? I'm pretty sure you can turn on and off the gyro as well in Prime 4. I'm pretty sure you can turn that on and off. You don't have to play with gyro if you don't want to, obviously. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know, Yoshi. It seems like you didn't even try to look to see if it offered all this or not. You just assumed. You can remap every button on Prime 4. So when you're playing in handheld mode, that's essentially the same as a Pro Controller. So anything that you can do in handheld mode, you can do in a Pro Controller. So if I'm looking at settings and I'm going through the oh wait, hold up. Tutorial, subtitles, brightness, graphics modes. Okay, yeah, no, you have to get into the actual game itself. So yeah, you got to get into this itself. Save station. All right, take it easy, Shane. Thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate it. I believe it can. I don't remember using gyro. Gyro is like if you hold down the ZL, and then if you move the system, or if you move the what's it called? Move the Pro Controller, it'll activate the gyro. I'm not sure if it's required, but like I said, I didn't look into the options like that. So, all right, take it easy, Link. Shoutouts to Chrono with the $5. I've been seeing so much excitement for FF7 Remake on Switch 2 today. So excited to finally play the game. Yes, it's really good. It's really good. The Switch 2 demo is good. Like, people are impressed with the graphics of the game. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it can be enabled or disabled as well. So, I've got it going on here. Looking, oh my god, that looks nice, huh? Does that not look nice? So, let's get into the controls and we can do that. Shoutouts to Chrono Rig, man. I appreciate you. So we're going to get into the settings. I'm going to get into the control scheme. You have the dual stick fusion. You have the whatever. And this is view and edit controls. So yeah, you view and edit controls. You can map any button wherever you want to map buttons. You can map any button to where you want to map a button. So you press this. You can press that. It maps it to there. So yeah, you can map it in anything that you want to map it to. In the Morph Ball, you can also map stuff as well. And the Viola, you can also map stuff in the Viola too, in terms of what you want to do. So you can map it wherever you want, Pro Controller, whatever the case is. You can do that. Now, when it comes to the sensitivity camera, you can do that. The cursor, aiming sensitivity, all of that stuff, you can do that. Mouse sensitivity, dead zone, lock on reset, all that stuff you can map You can map all that. It's all right there, or it's no problem. In terms of let's see here, gameplay, video, control scheme. So yeah, like it's all there. You can go to advanced mode. Advanced mode, as you earn abilities, turn the scheme, review your control scheme. So yeah, they've got whatever that is. You restore defaults. Yeah, restore defaults, first person morph ball. So I don't know. It looks like you. It looks like you can do all that. Yeah, this is the satisfied grip. This is the satisfied grip. Let me check to see about the motion control stuff though. Enable mouse controls, auto spring threshold. Yeah, I mean it seems like you can. It seems like you can change everything, whatever you want to change it. I don't know if it has more control options than the what's it called? Than the I don't know if Prime 1 does. But yeah. Not a troll or joke. This is not a troll or joke. Neck broken. I will find out if they will read the results on a CAT scan. Waiting to also, you didn't answer why I suck so much at Mario Kart World. I think you suck so much at Mario Kart World because you probably don't play it that much. So that's the reason why you suck so much in the game, you know? So yeah, that's probably the reason why. That would be my guess, is that because you're trash at the game. Just announced the Batman Arkham Switch 2 patch. LOL, I hope it actually runs good. I mean, it runs decently. Batman Arkham Knight on the Switch 2. Like, it actually locks it in 30 on the, without a patch. So I guess with the patch will be even better, right? So did they announce it for Switch 1 or just Switch 2? Like, which one? Because if they announced it for Switch 1, they'll obviously play better there. You want to activate gyro under camera, but disable the gyro under cursor to match Prime 1. Okay, yeah. So Jackson's telling you right there. Let's see here. Yeah, I think Yoshi just didn't explore all the options in Prime 4. I think he didn't explore all the options. So I think that's what happened there. But yeah, it has all the same control setups and schemes. I don't think he's trying to gaslight. I think he just didn't explore all the options. Like I said, I think Prime 1 just gets, no, like I said, no offense, I'm not trying to be mean, Yoshi. It just gets the auto glaze, right? From like what you like more. Like if you like something more, it's just automatically, oh, it's better in everything in this. Or maybe you just remember spending more time with it and you didn't do that for this game because you just felt like going, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what kind of happened there. But yeah, I don't think it actually has more control options. No, not based off of what I'm seeing there, because you said that there was no mapping, right? Like you couldn't map the buttons. You can map the buttons pretty easy to map it to whatever button you want to map it to, change up the mapping on that. So yeah, I don't think so, but it's all good, Yoshi. I mean, honest mistake, right? Like honest mistake, no big deal. It's for Switch 2, they say specifically. Okay, specifically for Switch 2. Arkham Knight has Switch 2 differences in the new patch. Okay, I mean, is it gonna be I don't think it's gonna be 60 FPS, right? So, because I don't think that game runs at 60 on the. Does that game even run on 60 on like? It doesn't run on. It ran kind of trash on Xbox One and PS4, right? So I don't think that game is gonna run like at 60 FPS on Switch 2. I doubt. I mean, it should, but I don't think it will. But we'll see. How long did it take me to get my grip? It took a long time because I pre-ordered it. But if you order it now, that wouldn't take that long. Maybe like a week, maybe less. Just to be fair to Yoshi, there's a lot of options that you could easily miss. I mean, there is a lot of options here. I think that there's so many options, and I think that they ask you from the beginning, like the whole dual fusion thing. I think Yoshi got tripped up in terms of it. But yeah, it's actually pretty easy to access the changing the mapping. You just go to the controls, then you just go to the thing, and it just says, you know, remap. It's pretty easy, but yeah, he might have just missed it because he was pretty comfortable like with the controls on what they tell you to pick from the beginning, you know. Yeah, no big deal, man. Let's see. It's been a month since I ordered mine. Yeah, been a month since you ordered yours. Wait a minute. How's it been a month since you ordered yours? That's wild. Should definitely be shorter than that. Let's see here. I think it's cool. All the announcements for Switch 2 upgrades. It is cool. I like it a lot. Yo, combo breaks to that. Shout outs to you guys. 68 Chrono Rig. Thank you for the 5 once again. Combo breaks to that. 68. What is that? 32 combos away from the Platinum Streak 80. And I gotta get a combo breaks to that because it's cool just seeing a bunch of updates. Like for Switch 2 stuff. Because that, to me, that was so important. Backwards compatibility is just super important, man. It's just really important for people being able to play the games and even getting updates, right? So getting updates, that's awesome too. I like it a lot. So it's good to see that, man. It's good to see it for sure. Good to see it for sure. Absolutely. Ooh, shout outs to Mega Man. Let's go, the original. Demo's fire, obviously 30 FPS, flawless, flawless both in frame rate and frame pacing. Yeah, I knew the FF7 remake demo was going to be good. Like I have it loaded up here. I'm definitely gonna play it tonight. I'm probably gonna record some footage, play it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Play it more at least. Satisfied Grip 2 is awesome. Received mine back in September. Yeah, I don't know how long it takes just normally, just normally getting it out at this point, you know? So yeah. Is the frame rate fine in the demo? I'm assuming it's not 60 FPS. It's 30 FPS, Davey. So that's been known for a bit. It's 30 FPS. That's freaking awesome. How's there not just going to switch to edition of Hollow Knight, but that will be completely free too? Yeah, there's going to be an update. Yeah, Hollow Knight gets an update. It's going to get probably 120 FPS mode. It's going to get better resolution and textures and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Justin with the 3 as well. Shout outs to Justin. Let's go.
These random updates makes me hesitant to play any Switch games on Switch 2 because you never know.
Yeah. So if you have an actual Switch 2 game to play, you can just play that instead of the Switch 1 game because it might get an update. So for me, my backlog for Switch 1 games, I gotta go back and play Echoes of Wisdom. That's a game that I really need to go back and really play through. Echoes of Wisdom for sure. Probably go back and play Metroid Prime Remastered now too. I'll probably go back and play that as well because that game's fun. There's too many games to play though. Honestly, there's way too many games to play. There's way too many games, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy how many games there are. Not enough time. I also bought Mega Man 11 too, so I kind of want to play through that. But I'll probably wait to play through that. I'll probably play through that closer to Mega Man Dual Override coming out. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm loving Prime 4. It's really fun. And occasionally when I see some people, some stuff I heard people complain about, it doesn't bother me. I just enjoy the game. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with certain complaints, especially if people have the game, they're playing it. It's fine. There's certain things that I feel could be better in the game too, as well. But yeah, I think we're all happy that Prime 4 is just back, just in general. Or Prime's back in general, I remember a lot of people complaining where all the third-party games and upgrades, and now they're just getting this announcement. I mean, I think we knew from the beginning, though, Chrono, those people were just being kind of ridiculous because we were getting third-party upgrade. We were getting announcements for third-party games. There hasn't been a single month where there hasn't been a number of third-party game releases. It blows away the Switch 1. Let's not even. That's no comparison. So, to me, it wasn't really anything. It was just a matter of, Nintendo Directs and a matter of just time going on and people announce you can't. And people with Nintendo, people always want them to announce everything right away, and that's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Dane with the dollar dono as well. Thank you, Dane Gonzalez with the dollar. 72 on the board. We were going there. 28 combos away. Shout outs to Justin with the 3. Then also Dane with the dollar says, I'm looking forward to FF Remake, but I've never fully played a Final Fantasy. I'm thinking of playing FF7 before Remake, but I'm thinking you're thinking a lot. I might be getting a fatigue playing both back to back. Do you recommend playing a game like 7 first or just play the Remake first? I definitely recommend playing the original game first so you can kind of get context for it because Final Fantasy VII Remake is a little bit of advertising. It's really more like Final Fantasy VII reimagining. It's not a remake completely. It's more of a reimagining. I mean, yes, it's a remake, but it's not the exact same game. And it doesn't go off and like there's a lot of things that are different. Like that you'll play in FF7 the original compared to FF7 remake. Also, FF7 remake is just one part of the whole story of of Final Fantasy VII. So it's just a slice. It's not everything. So the original game is still very much valid. Also, one of them is real ATB turn-based. The other one is action RPG with ATB bars, like that you can spend and slow down time. So you also have to factor that in. They are different games. You know, they are definitely different games. So keep that in mind too. You know, when it comes down to that, keep that in mind. So yes, FF7 the original is still very much, you know, very much a game to play or to pick up and all of that. So yeah. I left my Switch 2 at work. So I have to wait tomorrow to play FF7. I hope you left it in a locker, right? It's in like a locked locker. You left it at work, Chrono Rig. That just seems like something that I would never do. I would always remember that Switch 2, but I mean, I can see why you might have just forgot it. You know, you're tired to get off work. 6 months before release. Where's the advertising, Nintendo? Pretty much. OJ, I started Persona 3 Reload today, and I'm loving it. Fingers crossed for Metaphor. Yeah, Metaphor's coming. You don't even have to cross your fingers. I and many others said this would be the generation Nintendo takes back third-party support in a serious way, as they've nurtured and there's the fan base who supports those games now. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that it actually ends up being really good with the third-party stuff. So yeah, I hope. I really hope that that's the case. You know, like I really hope that that's like the case. You know, with a lot of this stuff here. But like I said, we'll see. I think that for Japan, I think that Sony's sweating bullets. Like, I think that's definitely a thing that... and once again, it's a good thing. I don't care who it is, whether it's Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. I don't want anybody having monopolies in regions. And, you know, Sony does have some monopolies when it comes to certain games and things like that. But for the most part, like, they've had a monopoly in Japan, talking about Japan specifically, they've had a monopoly on AAA games. Like, all their AAA revenue goes to Sony in Japan for games, and I think that comes to an end next year in 2026, starting with Resident Evil 9. Sony's had a monopoly on Resident Evil since the PS5 era, or sorry, PS3 era, PS4 for sure, in terms of Japan. Like, nobody bought Resident Evil 5 in Japan on the Xbox 360. Like, barely anybody bought it on there. So, Nintendo didn't get Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 6, notice how Resident Evil 6 on the Switch 1 has sold over 1 million units plus. Yeah, it's discounted and yeah, it's old, but think about that for a second. How many of those people might have bought Resident Evil 6 if it was available and actually in a decent quality? Let's just say that the Wii was actually like a system that can play Resident Evil 6. How many of those people would have bought Resident Evil 6 maybe on the, you know, on the Wii, right? So I think that between like Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, all of these games essentially were Sony, de facto Sony exclusives in Japan, and Sony got most of the revenue for the Japanese side of things. It's taken a long time. Obviously, it took, you know, how long has it been? It's taken a couple generations, but now it's actually somewhat of a level playing field. Not completely though, but from Capcom, Pragmata, you know, Resident Evil, those are the things that it's okay. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. That now that those are going to be launching day and date. Now, once again, there's still going to be a number of other big JRPGs that are, or big games that we know of at least, that do have that, you know, de facto Sony exclusive because it's not on Switch 2. But I think that number is going to, you know, definitely reduce. It's going to reduce and reduce over time. So yeah. Hey, take it easy, Dan Dips. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Are there any games that aren't Xenoblade that you will definitely play again all the way through with the Switch 2 upgrade? We'll see, like Astral Chain if they do that. Definitely play that all the way through again. Like to see RE2, RE3, RE4 by the end of the year. Between RE and Pragmata, I'm glad that we got their support. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get RE. I mean, they don't even have RE7, 8, and 9 out yet. So I doubt they're going to do RE2, RE... They're not going to announce RE2, RE3, and RE4. Oh, By the end of next year. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think they'll probably announce them by the end of next year. Yeah. Those will come. Yeah, I think those are probably going to be like a Nintendo Direct. They'll probably say you can pick up Resident Evil, you know, 2, 3, and 4 on Switch 2. So yeah, I think that's going to happen. Sorry, you said the end of next year. I thought you said this year. My bad. I can't read. Has anyone else seen that there's a Resident Evil triple pack, 789 all-in-one packs for $90? Seems like oh yeah, that's old, Flightius. So yeah. Some of us have already pre-ordered. I pre-ordered that. We talked about that for a while back when that came out, but that's months old at this point now. But yes, there is a triple pack if you don't know. But yeah, we all heard about that. We talked about it on the stream and all that. So yes, there's a triple pack. I got it. I pre-ordered it. So yeah. I bought my Switch 2 for my truck maintenance appointment today to play it while I waited. It was awesome. Yes, it's very good. I was actually in the drive-through line at Wendy's, and the guy had to say, "Hey," because I was playing my Switch 2 and I wasn't paying attention. Oh man! So I was like, "Oh snap! I gotta go." So let me get, because my wife wanted she wanted the fries at there. She was like, "Hey, can you get me the fries?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." So I went and go get her fries, but like the line was kind of long. After I ordered, so I was just like, not kind of, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, pretty cool. So it was pretty dope to see. It was pretty dope to see some of the other stuff there overall. Pretty dope. Are there any games you aren't Xenoblade? Yeah, I already said. I said Astral Chain. Didn't I say Astral Chain? Or did I already answer that? Yeah, I already answered that. I said Astral Chain. Astral Chain would be the game that I would play. Pragmata's looking pretty good. Pragmata's looking really cool. Yeah, Pragmata's looking good. It's a perfect storm. The rise of modern juggernaut Nintendo fanbase coinciding with the decline of Xbox. Many devs can't survive on PC alone, or at least won't want to. Yeah, I agree. Sounds like a bad idea. It sounds like a bad idea. And even then, just relying upon PC and PS5, I don't think that's a good idea. Especially if you're a Japanese developer, that sounds like a terrible idea. Look at what happened to Monster Hunter World. Look at what happened to Final Fantasy. You really want to go the same route as those games? Final Fantasy, like nobody bought that game like that. Like compared to like what the franchise can do, the Japanese base is completely dwindled. So I mean, like for Final Fantasy at least, for Monster Hunter, nowhere near as good as it should be, considering the pedigree of that game. So, yeah, I think Nintendo's probably going to do like Monster Hunter Rise. I think they're probably going to do something like that, like where they have what's it called, like a Monster Hunter built for Switch 2. I think they're going to do that more so than like just getting a port of, you know, Wilds. No, it's all good. I said Astral Chain, Casual Dude. Those are your top 5 games of all time. Off the top of your head, go. I can't do that, man. I like Chrono Trigger, though. Let's put Chrono Trigger up there. But I will have my list of top 25 at some point. I've been wanting to make a list. I wanted to wait just to see if there was anything that came out this year, you know, that got on their top 25. But yeah, I'll probably have a video for something like that. But I can't just, off the top of my head, do that. Because then if I change it later, that'll be stupid. So, but yes, I will. Chrono Trigger's there. Let's just say Chrono Trigger's there. Let's just say Breath of the Wild is probably there as well. So we're definitely gonna have, maybe I'll do top 25 Nintendo games of all time. I think that might be a pretty cool list to do. So top 25 Nintendo games of all time. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Top 25 Nintendo games of all time. Top 25 games of 2025. Top 25 most anticipated games. I think that might be like my next big 3. Maybe I can get those banged out each week before the end of the year. Those might be 3 good videos to do, right? Top 25 top 25 Nintendo games of all time, top 25 games of 2025, top 25 most anticipated games, or like most anticipated Nintendo games or Switch 2 games of next year. Switch 2 and RPG games. That'd be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty cool. Mass Effect 2 is definitely up there for sure. Mass Effect 2 is really good. Does PC have any real presence in Japan? It does have a bit of a presence, yeah. Not like as big as Nintendo or obviously not as big as Sony, but there's still a presence there. You're a Metroid. I played the Pragmata demo. It's surprisingly good. It engages both sides of the brain with reflex shooting at the same time as puzzle solving. Hacking Grid, nice, nice. I'm waiting for that Switch 2 demo. So we'll see how that works. See how it runs on Switch 2. I saw Nintendo Switch 2 add to the cinema. Really didn't expect it. Add to the add at the cinema. Oh, okay, yeah. They run ads at the cinema. Yeah, I've heard about ads at the cinema for that. So, yeah, I definitely heard about that. So yeah. Ocarina of Time, Halo 3, Kingdom Hearts 1, Mario Odyssey, Metroid Dread. That's a pretty good top 5. Not bad. I like Metroid Dread a lot, so... I don't know if Mario Odyssey would make... Yeah, Mario Odyssey ain't in my top 5, but it's definitely maybe in, like, my top 25. But I don't know what my top 5. But I'll have to wait and see. My top 25 Nintendo games. Like, top 25 Nintendo games. Like, any game that's been released on a Nintendo platform. Would be or I can do like top 25 first party Nintendo games. I don't know. Like there's a good list somewhere in there. The more specialized the list is, the easier the list is. Like the more systems and games that we include, the harder the list gets, you know? Like it takes way more time. I can see Capcom making Monster Hunter game from the ground up for Switch 2 console. Yeah, I think that'd actually be better than Wilds, to be honest, because like Wilds, it's like it's good, but it's like, you know, obviously there's like a lot of issues that some players have with the game. So if you just make one built for it, I think that'd be pretty good too, you know? Like I think that'd be dope. So yeah. I don't think that's a bad option. So yeah. There's also new Pikmin 4 update as well. 1.1.1, where they add some different stuff here. Fix related to giving Achi? That's that dog, right? Oachi? Commands. Also does stuff like fixes related to rollovers, creature activity levels, all sorts of stuff. So yeah. All sorts of good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, the Batman Arkham Knight Nintendo Switch update out now. It includes Switch 2 improvements. Okay. So it's Switch 1 and Switch 2? Regardless of what you're playing, you'll find that the game is now more stable. Okay, so even Switch 1. Also, when playing on Switch 2 via backwards compatibility, further performance and improvements are unlocked. Okay. Further performance and improvements are unlocked. Additional stability improvements for Batman Arkham Knight on Nintendo Switch. Additional stability improvements while playing Batman Arkham Knight on Switch 2 through backwards compatibility. Additional performance and visual improvements when playing the game undocked on Switch 2 through backwards compatibility. Alright, we gotta download Batman now too, though. Let's just see how it plays. I know, like, I think Switch Up probably will talk about it in a video. But we gotta talk about that too. Anybody actually playing it? Anybody actually see the improvements for Batman Arkham Knight on Switch 2? Yeah, it would be nice if they got like a 60 FPS update for Pikmin 4. I don't know if it's gonna happen though, but it'd be nice. I got too many games. Now I'm trying to add in Batman and all this. This is getting out of hand, bro. It's getting out of hand. FF7 on pre-order. Let's go. Yeah, I played Hades too. I thought it was cool. Haven't played it a ton though. Where's my Batman? I thought I have Batman. I don't have the game? I could have swore I have the game. I guess I don't have the game though. Wait, hold up. Yeah, I could have swore I have the game. I guess I don't have it. Hold up. Let me get that donut one just a bit too. Yeah, Batman. It should have been right here next to Bayonetta, right? Batman, yeah. Yeah, I don't have the game, which is crazy. Oh, I have BioShock. Maybe that's what I have instead. I'm almost... Or did I buy Batman individually? Batman Arkham City. I bought Batman Arkham City? Yeah, I should have it on here. I don't know why it's not here. I'm almost positive I should have the whole trilogy on here. Anyway, whatever. I'll figure it out later. All right, Casual Noob with the $1 and Justin with the 3. Let's go.
I just played Batman. It looks like it's now close to 108 OP in handheld. Looks about the same. Runs locked 30 now.
Okay, so they run it locked at 30. Okay, that's fair. That's not bad. That's not bad. Shoutouts to Justin. Thank you for the 3. Shoutouts to Casual Noob with the $. I'm playing Claire Obscure or Claire on Portal because I don't have access to my PS5 right now, and it's fine with dodging and parrying. But my question is, should I play Claire or MP4? Would love if you could do a poll or the stream to see what they think. A poll of this. I don't really do polls based off of stuff like that, just because that's kind of weird. Because you don't know what people's motivations are gonna be when it comes down to that, or who's even played the games or not. So let me give you some advice. I'll just tell you what to play in terms of between Metroid Prime 4 and Claire. You should just play Prime 4 because Prime 4 is a shorter game. So just play Prime 4, beat Prime 4, and then get into Claire Obscure. Depending on what content you do and all that, Claire Obscure can take a lot longer than Prime 4. So I would just say play Prime 4. Just play that. You already got it. Just play that. And then finish up that, which you can finish up, and I see people beat it in 10 hours, 10 hours or less, you know. So if you just want to go through it, you can just do that, and then just get into Claire Obscure, since Claire Obscure is longer. Claire Obscure is like a minimum of about at least like 30 hours if you don't know what you're doing, like on the first playthrough. Like it's about 30-hour game. So yeah, so just go play Prime 4 first. We don't got to do a pull. Just play Prime 4. Trust me on this one. Shout outs to Casual Noob, though. I appreciate you, fam. Let's go. Combo breaks. Graphics and Batman are still paired back with BO improvements, but performance seems stable. I think Arkham Asylum and City are peak on Switch 2. Yeah, those aren't 60 on Switch 2, though. Like, right? I wish they would have got like Arkham City to 60. That would have been great. Big love, though, Casual Noob. I appreciate that. Big love to Justin as well. 76 on the board. So I appreciate that. We are 24 combos away from the platinum streak. I like that advice. Yeah. Trust me. You got to trust me on this one. You can't trust the chat on this one. Trust me on this one. Usually if you're deciding what game to play, the shorter game is usually always the better option, because the shorter game can get you to the next game faster than the longer game getting you to the other game. And then you never know what's going to come out as you're taking your time to play the longer game. There might be another game that comes out that you like. You're like, oh, now I got to add this. But if you play the shorter game, boom, you can get into that shorter game. You can get that game beat, get into the longer game. So then it's going to shorten the time that you have before you get to that next game that you want to play after whatever, you know? So for me, I always say play the shorter game first. You know, I always say play what you want first. Like whatever your body tells you, like whatever you feel, you know, lit towards, or you feel like gives you like energy, play that. But I mean, if you really, you know, can't pick and you need to really decide between them, then obviously, you know, picking the shorter game, I think to me is the better option than picking the longer game. So yeah, I think that's good advice. I played Batman. Update, the resolution is slightly better. The frame rate seems to be locked at 30. It needs a true Switch 2 upgrade. Yeah, Frankie, it needs that. But I guess that's better than nothing, right? Because it was running crusty. It was running crusty, bro. Running crusty as heck. So yeah. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's see here. I feel like since they are patching Batman, we may eventually get a stable 60 FPS on Switch 2. They might just call it quits right there, Flightus. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. But they might just say, hey, we did enough, and be like, all right, we out. You know, like, the game, like I said, the game ran crusty on pretty much a lot of platforms. Like, I think I played that game originally on the Xbox One. And I played it for a bit, but I got tired of it. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm tired of this game. I got tired. It's really good though, but I got tired of it. Chrono Reed with the $5 dono. And also, I just didn't like the Xbox One. I think out of all the Xbox systems, the Xbox One might be Microsoft's like worst system. Might be like Microsoft's like worst system out of all this. Out of all the Xboxes, Yeah, I think the Xbox One's the worst one. I just didn't like that system that much. I like the 360. I like the original OG Xbox. I like the 360. I like the Series X, but the Xbox One to me just wasn't a great system. Chrono with the $5 dono says, I do believe Capcom is making a Switch 2 specific Monster Hunter with the huge sales of Rise, and that day anti-exclusive people will be extra salty. I mean, the thing about it though is like there's really no need to be extra salty because they got their Monster Hunter game. They were salty about about Monster Hunter Rise at first. You know, even though we knew that was a time exclusive, they were salty about that, you know? Chrono Rig, we are going even further beyond. Let's go. Thank you so much, Chrono Rig. I appreciate it with the big $5 donor. We are at 81 on the board. We are only 19 combos away. 19 combos away from the platinum streak. 81. Thank you guys so much for your support. Like always, the combo bricks. You guys have been goated. I appreciate that. Let's get some Monster Hunter music though from my man Chrono Rig. Monster Hunter Wilds. Actually, no, Monster Hunter Rise. It's music going. Kimura Village. Yeah, this is a banger. This is a banger. Shout outs to my man Chrono Rig. You guys give him some likes on that one. Xbox One seemed like a huge misfire after the success of the 360. It really did. It really did feel like a misfire, bro. I did not like it that much. I just didn't like playing games on there. It just felt crusty. You know? It felt like Xbox's Wii at times. Not like Kinect that felt, but it just didn't feel, it never felt like it truly got off the foot of terms of like with games. Like it felt like the games were just not there. At least with the Series X, I mean, the games were not there, but at least you have the backwards compatibility that was really, really good in terms of boosting. You know, I think the Series X was like a faster system that was more powerful in comparison, and like it did a lot of right things. It just didn't have any games, you know. I think the 360 obviously was like one of the best ones. So I was looking on the video for Batman patch, didn't see anything. Okay. MH content creators were super salty about Rise being Switch exclusive, tanked a lot of people's channels. Wait, what does that mean? Wait a minute. Saints, what do you Saint? Saint, what do you mean by tanked people? Like, because they didn't want to buy a Switch to play the game? Like, how did it tank their channel? Like the fact that they were just angry? Like, can you give me a little bit more information? Because like I wasn't plugged into the Monster Hunter community at that time, you know. I did play a ton of Rise though. Rise is probably the Monster Hunter game that I played the most. It's like my favorite Monster Hunter game, and I play that the most. That's the most, like I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy. I have played a lot of them over the years, but I am just not a big Monster Hunter guy. And that was the game that I actually put a good amount of time into. Like I think I put like 60, 70 hours, which is a lot for me. For Monster Hunter, 50 to 70, somewhere between, I don't remember exactly, but it was like 50 to 70 hours, somewhere between that range. And I know I was like, okay, that's a lot for me, you know. I know someone who was salty about Rise to the point where he refused to play it when it came to PlayStation. That's how you know you have like a mental disorder right there, like where it's like, yo, like you're so angry about this, like you're like you so it's just crazy. So yeah, crazy. I know someone who was, oh, okay, I read that. Shout outs though. Hit that like button though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know we out here streaming. Let's go. Appreciate that, guys. Let's see. A lot of Monster Hunter content creators hated on the graphics and the fact that the game was incomplete at launch. Rise is goated though. It's my favorite Monster Hunter, plus favorite Monster Hunter game. Okay, yeah. Oh, they were hating on that and like. That's crazy considering where the Monster Hunter series came from. It came from portable systems. You know, it came from the PSP and it came from the 3DS. So it was like Monster Hunter Rise. Even if yes, Monster Hunter World was a big jump up, but like before that, It came from, like, the graphics were not anything incredible. So people were playing Monster Hunter Portable. Obviously, World brought in a lot of new people. But yeah, that seems crazy to not cover it because of graphics or because, like Switch exclusive. Especially if you're like a Monster Hunter channel, that seems like a bad idea. Seems like a bad idea. Let's see here. It says it came from PS2. Yeah, the first one was on PS2, but a lot of the most popular like Monster Hunter games were on PSP. Were on PSP and on 3DS before Monster Hunter World came out. Like, in terms of like best-selling Monster Hunter games or games that people played the most, yes, it was originally on the PS2, but the PS2 game is not what broke Monster Hunter open. So I can give you guys a Monster Hunter franchise. So I can tell you guys what I'm talking about. So, like the top selling Monster Hunter games. Monster Hunter World is number 1. Monster Hunter Rise is number 2. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, that's a DLC expansion. Monster Hunter, obviously Sunbreak, but Generations Ultimate. So this is like before, right? Switch and all that. Generations Ultimate, that is what's that, that's like a 3DS game or something, like originally, right? Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Monster Hunter Freedom, Monster Hunter Freedom 3, that's like a PSP game if I'm not correct. Monster Hunter 4, that's a 3DS game, you know, so yeah, those are like the best selling ones. So a lot of them came from like handhelds before we got, you know, like Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter World, you know. Portables were where Monster Hunter did great, you know. So yeah. Okay, so let me take a look here. Yeah, the PS2 game did okay, but it didn't do that great. But yeah, you got games from like the PSP, Monsters of Freedom 2, Freedom Unite. Those games did really good. Those were from the PSP. Monster Hunter that was a Wii game. That did all right. But Monster Hunter 3 that one did really good. Monster Hunter Freedom 3 Portable, third on the PSP, that did like nearly 5 million. So yeah, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, that did really good on the 3DS. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, those did good. Generations, that's originally a 3DS game. That did good too. So a lot of them were on, like, you had to have the portables if you want to play like the latest Monster Hunter games, you know? My favorite is Monster Hunter 4 because it felt like such a huge game on a handheld platform. Okay. Yeah, I played Monster Hunter 4. I didn't feel that way. But I played it. I quit that one. I think I put about maybe 15 hours before I just got tired of that game. But yeah, I know why. I mean, people love that game. It's really good, you know. I've been a diehard Monster Hunter fan since Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and Monster Hunter Gen on the 3DS, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate on Switch, Monster Hunter World on PS4, Monster Hunter Rise on Switch. I did not like Monster Hunter Wilds much. Oh, okay. I'm fortunate on that one. Held off on Metaphor so I can play it on Switch 2. Just feels right. JRPGs for portable. It does. It does. Hopefully next year we get Monster Hunter, or no, sorry. Hopefully next year we get Metaphor ReFantazio and Digimon Story Time Stranger. Those would be 2 good RPGs to play portable. Generations Ultimate is sick. Almost too much content. Yeah. Monster Hunter World sold well, but the reviews were mid due to performance. Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, you know, it reviewed actually pretty well. I mean, like, overall. It actually reviewed pretty well. Like, according to let's see, I think it has like a 90 average. 88. There you go. So it has an 88 average. So I mean, at one point it had pretty much a Metacritic 90. But yeah, I mean, user scores not so favorable. 7.1 on the user score, which, you know, it's like whatever. People just make up stuff on user scores half the time. But excuse me. But yeah, 88 in terms of critical score. I should probably just start playing Monster Hunter games casually, like, where I don't really care about the online. I just care about, like, the single player campaign. Because, like, I skip them because I just don't want to get into all the multiplayer stuff. But they have okay single player stuff, too. So yeah. Yeah, user reviews, yeah. Yeah, Monster Hunter World sold incredible, but like before Monster Hunter World, like portable Monster Hunter was like the best selling, you know, before Monster Hunter World and Rise. So in order to play Monster Hunter, like if you're like a big Monster Hunter fan, you would have had to have the portables, like if you were playing back then. Now if you just started like with the Switch, or you just started like with the PS4, then yeah, that's different. Let's see. Wilds had a core problem beyond performance. Secrets drove you like a Tesla to monsters, which were automatically shown on the map first time, and needed mats were along auto routes. Okay. Monster Hunter Stories better than Monster Hunter Mainline. I don't know about that. Yeah, I like Monster Hunter Stories. I think it's good. I just don't know if it's better than like the actual mainline games. I can see why people would like it a lot though. I like Monster Hunter Stories. I think it's great. Monster Hunter Wild is not the way. I didn't like the world any Monster Hunter beside those two, and I'm all about it. Played them all, thousands of hours throughout the series. Okay, nice. Monster Hunter's best experience solo. I really makes you appreciate the combat. I thought Monster Hunter's best experience multiplayer though. I thought everyone says Monster Hunter is a multiplayer game though. Is it really best experience solo, or is it best experience? I think it might be best experience multiplayer though, right? I don't know about that one. We'll see. What do you guys think, Monster Hunter fans? Who plays the game online a lot? Like I know a lot of people like play the game like crazy. So yeah. So yeah. Make sure you guys hit that like. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button if you have not hit that like button. So yeah, hit that like button though, guys. Let's go. But the boom. All right, peace out, player. I do kind of want to see maybe for this last part of the stream, I'll get you guys a little bit of a bonus. And maybe we'll check out the, it might be good. I might do like a little 2-for-1 tonight. Maybe I can get that started. Maybe we check out the demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think that might be a good idea. So I was just thinking about it because it's like, I'm going to have to play that anyway. And maybe some of you guys want to see FF7 Remake Intergrade on the Switch too. And I have the demo already downloaded. So maybe we should do that. We can finish out the stream on that too. And if you guys have questions, I'll still answer them. But maybe we can just check out that demo. See if we hit our platinum streak. Like I said, we'll still get that in. Maybe. We'll see. What do you guys think? Justin with the 3 as well.
I played Wilds for 14 hours after playing Rise as my first, and just didn't click with me like Rise. Also played 100% both solo, had a ball in Rise. Play on a good PC when it came to Wilds.
Shout outs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Big love to Justin. Combo breaks. Actually, you know what? No, I'd have to re-download it. I don't think I have it on here. Never mind, guys. Never mind on the Final Fantasy stuff. I don't want to have to use this other Switch on there, and it's not done on here, so I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Forget it. Shout outs, though. My bad. I'll record it. I'll record it later. I will record it later. Give me 1 second. Big love, guys. Shout outs. Let's see here. I play Monster Hunter, okay, multiplayer with randoms, and everyone is so respectful and friendly. It feels weird sometimes because you're so used to people just being complete douchebags. Yo, let's go. Just used to people being complete douchebags. Complete douchebags on that one. But yeah, take it easy, Shane. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I feel multiplayer makes it too easy, gives more room for error. I do prefer to play with friends. Playing solo forces you to learn the attacks and animations. Okay. Yeah, I can see that for sure. I can see that for sure. Yeah, the Monster Hunter community is really good. Like, a lot of people, they're really good in the Monster Hunter community because it's like, the game is like focused on multiplayer. But even games that, you know, it's a cooperative game. So since it's a cooperative game with a lot of complex elements, people want to be inviting so more people will get into it, you know. Competitive games are just toxic. So a lot of people don't want to actually be nice with competitive games because it's like, I might be fighting against this guy. So yeah. Dodge RAM pricing is going up. I think you just meant like RAM, right? With this RAM prices going up, the Dodge RAM going up, next PlayStation Portable and Steam Deck prices gonna be spooky. No, it only affects Nintendo, guys. It doesn't affect Microsoft and Sony. They'll just sell the system at like a $5,000 loss. So no, doesn't affect them. It only affects Nintendo when it comes down to it. So no, I mean, like, at the end of the day, man, like, yeah, the RAM price is gonna go up. We don't know what deals they have, though. We don't know how much stock they allocated, how many deals they have, like what's going on. So we have to wait and see, right? We have to wait and see in terms of what's gonna happen, like with this whole RAM thing, Dodge RAM, you know. So yeah. Fighting games are chill, not toxic. Yeah, yeah, right. Fighting games. That's definitely being sarcasm right there, you know. Definitely sarcasm right there. Yeah, fighting games are some of the most toxic people. Shooting games and fighting games are some of the most toxic, craziest, wildest people that you probably don't want to come across because of the nonsense that you have to deal with when dealing with them, you know? So yeah. Hope it's cheap. Remember eggs? Hopefully it's cheaper than egg prices. That used to be a huge thing. Like the egg prices were the biggest problem, you know? So yeah. So here's the thing okay, so GameStop has some stuff that GameStop has some stuff where they're talking about when it comes to trading in. So if you don't have a Switch 2, here's what you can do to get one, right? GameStop is laying out some stuff. So they're saying trading your old Nintendo, that's like the mom, like your mom would say, the Nintendo. Trade in your old Nintendo and upgrade to a Switch 2 for as low as $209.99 only at GameStop. So they're gonna give you up to $240 for a 3DS XL. Okay, that's how you know that there's some scarcity. Those systems are getting rare. GameStop is giving you $240 for a 3DS XL. That's more than the MSRP if I'm not correct. I don't recall spending $240 on a 3DS XL. My 3DS XL, where is it at? My Majora's Mask one was absolutely not $240. I think it was $199 or like maybe $210. That's wild. Anyway, $240 for a 3DS XL. For a Switch 1 OLED, they're giving $168. I mean, those cost $400 brand new. Not at this point, obviously, but they're $350 normally. And they're still actually $350 in a lot of other parts of the world, just the US tariffs. $168 for a Switch 1 non-OLED. The price difference isn't that big. It's $150 for a Switch 1 of any model. $150. Obviously, if you have an original model, yeah, don't sell that to GameStop. Sell that online. You'll get way more. If you have like the original launch model, those ones go for way more. But a Switch 1 for $150 is actually not bad. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad. And then a Switch Lite is $120. That's only $80 off the, well, not, it's more. What's it, $230 now? And then you can get $96 for a Wii U. Might as well just hold on to that, you know? But interesting. $240 for a 3DS XL. They must be rare, getting rare at this point. Plus, since you know they're gonna sell them back for like 500. Oh yeah, they're gonna sell the 3D. Obviously, they're gonna sell the 3DS for like $300 plus. I mean, they're obviously looking for probably like three. They're gonna tack on 100 or maybe 70 to 80 for that 3DS. So apparently, those have been selling. Otherwise, how could they get that? You know, like that's crazy pricing. So yeah. I still have my 3DS XL Majora's Mask. I'm guessing that 3DS XL Majora's Mask is gonna be worth like $1 billion, like straight up like Dr. Evil, like 15 years from now. So yeah. There's a Final Fantasy demo. Yeah, there's a Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, Johnny. You can go download it right now if you want. Just look up Final Fantasy VII Remake on your the eShop for the Switch 2, and you'll see it. You can download the demo. I still have my 3D. Okay, yeah. Someone willing to let go of a completely non-scuffed 3DS is probably rare. People just don't take care of things properly. Yeah, my 3DS is not scuffed at all. Like, let me see it. I don't know where mine's at. I think it's over here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. Here we go. I got my 3DS. I actually have. I got two 3DSs. I got another 3DS as well. Like, I got a launch model black 3DS. I'm just mad that I didn't buy more special editions 3DSs back then. But yeah, my Majora's Mask 3DS is literally in perfect condition. Like, there's no scratches on it whatsoever. It's in like perfect condition. I mean, it's about as a perfect condition for a 15-year-old system that you're gonna get. Well, it's not 15 years old. I think I bought it in 20. Did I buy it in 2015? I think I bought it in 2015. So it's about as in great of a condition that you can get it in. You know, there is one. Yeah, there's one scratch. There's one scratch across the thing right here. Small scratch. But outside of that, it's literally, like, you can't even look at that reflection. It's in perfect condition. The screen, obviously, like the screen. I mean, if your 3DS screen is scratched, you're a bum. No offense, but if your 3DS screen is all scratched up, you're an absolute bum, because the system literally is a built-in case. It closes. So there should be zero reason why your 3DS has any scratches on the screen. Like, there should be zero. Like, I don't want to hear any adults, you know, that didn't let their kids or small kids play with it or something. But, yeah, you should have zero scratches on the screen, which I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have a single scratch. Unless you dropped it while it was open. But, yeah, it's super clean. So yeah, this 3DS is in perfect shape. Perfect shape. Sell it to GameStop or DK. Oh, I'm not selling that. No, I'm gonna wait. I have the original packaging and boxing and all that too. So yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'll sell it later. So yeah. I sold my Monster Generation 3DXL complete in box a few months ago for almost 500. Woo! Woo, baby! That's a good one right there. I like that. That's a good one right there, man. That's a good one. I had 15 separate 3DS models at one point. Gave some away, sold some, lost a few, but I still have 9 left. 2 Zeldas, 2 Zelda SE Special Editions, 2 Fire Emblems, 2 Monster Hunters, 3DS modded, and 3DS XL. Oh, nice. 2 Fire Emblems. Jackson, I might have to reach out to you about buying one of those, if you're willing to sell, about buying one of those Fire Emblem 3DSs. Like, I might have to reach out to you about that, my boy. We might have to talk about that one. Or at least, if you're going to sell it, Jackson, let me know first. Like, email me first. Like, how about that? Or, you know, just send me, so I know I don't think I have your email, but if you can just send me, we keep a line of communication open about that Fire Emblem 3DS. I think I might, if you're selling, I might want to buy one of those. So yeah, my original's messed up from 3 deployments at sea. Oh man, Flaming Queen. That's crazy. Sorry to hear about that one. So GameStop coming through with the exchanges. If you want to get a chance to buy this, buy the Switch 2, you can do that. So yeah, good stuff. I remember every store like had a few units of 3DS Majora's Mask. It was so hard. It was so hard to get one. Yeah, I had to rush over there and got one. I got in trouble too. I got written up. They found out that I left work. They found out that I left work to go get it, and I got written up for that. But I was like, worth it, you know. Like I was like, I need to get this 3DS, so it was worth it for me, man. You didn't miss anything, again. But we're just chilling, talking about games and stuff, man. We're just chilling, talking about some games and stuff. So yeah. Chilling, talking about games and all that. Music Fire, yes sir, yes sir. Those Fire Emblem 3DS are my babies, but you would have my word if I decide to sell it at first. I may one day, you never know. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, just give me first dibs at the price if you're selling it. That's all. But yeah, I'm guessing those were near and dear to your heart. If you bought 2 Fire Emblem 3DSs and haven't sold them at this point, considering the price those go for. Yeah, I'm guessing those are like, okay, you need those, you know, you need those. So yeah, I tried to replicate that because I didn't have I did have the money to buy them back then when they were coming out, but like I just didn't think about it. So I tried to fix that by making sure that I got like, okay, I got a Zelda Switch Lite, I got a couple other things in terms of like special, I got a few that I could get, you know, over the course of the years. Like, okay, at least let me not make the same mistake, you know. Deity Link, thank you for the subscription, appreciate that. Let's go, appreciate it, guys. 16 combos away from the platinum streak as well. Thank you guys so much, man, appreciate it. Let's go. To this day, I got in trouble back in the day. My mom took a lot of my N64 games somewhere and dropped them off. My Clay Fighter Sculptor's Kit was in there. Oh, that sucks, dude. Mine survived all my deployments, but I did upgrade XL in the middle. Okay, nice. What's the difference between 2DS and 3DS? Is it just that one of the don't have 3D capabilities? Yeah, the 2DS is just 2D, the 3DS is 3D. Yeah. 2DS is also smaller too. There's also like structural change. Like there's a 2DS that doesn't actually like clamp. There's just like it's a 2DS, like a small, like a wedge 2DS. It's like a little wedge. So there's also that. But there's also 2DSs like XLs that clamp. There's like a new Nintendo 2DS that has the upgraded graphics. It's kind of confusing if you look at everything. Like between the 2DS wedge, the 2DS, I think there's a new Nintendo 2DS, the 3DS, the new Nintendo 3DS, the new Nintendo 3DS XL. There's a lot of different lines of the 3DS in general. Do you think they could do a Fire Emblem Switch 2? They could, but they don't. I mean, they didn't do anything for Switch 1. So I doubt they're going to do anything for Switch 2. I mean, they did it for 3DS because 3DS was like, Fire Emblem was a resurgence, not only for the 3DS, but of course for the franchise itself. So I think that it was cheaper, it was less of a risk for 3DS to do different variants. So like whenever they do variants for like Switch 2, it's either going to be like a third party company that kind of swoops in and they want to make like a splash, or it's like Dragon Quest or like, you know, Diablo, or it's going to be like a big first party like, you know, Tears of the Kingdom, or it's going to be Pokemon, or it's going to be something like that. Like I think they did Splatoon. You know, it's not. I mean, it's not going to be like, you know, a series like, you know, Xenoblade or Fire Emblem. So could they do a Fire Emblem Switch? It's possible, but I doubt. I'm going to give it at 20% or less. You know, so yeah. So it is what it is there. What are you talking about? We're talking about Fire Emblem in terms of he has 2 3DSs that are special edition Fire Emblem 3DSs, not 2 Fire Emblem games coming up. So he says Fire Emblem Switch 2. So he meant like the actual Switch 2 unit that's based off of Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. That's what Party Man is talking about. I got the gold Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED and the gold Zelda Switch Lite. Yep, I got, yep. And the Splatoon 3 Switch OLED. I don't know if I got that one or not. I don't remember. I don't think I did. I might have, but I don't think I did. Monsters to Rise V2 Switch. Gave away my 3DS. Oh my. Oh, you gave away the Dragon Quest 11. Ooh. Yeah, I have the Pokemon one. I have the Zelda one. I think I have the Mario Bros. Edition one too. I think I have that one. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Yo, Abaddon in the house? My man, where you been?
Music. FF7R battle music.
Oh man, that's
this
awesome.
This demo surprised me.
Yeah, I was wondering how you would feel about it because I know you played it on PlayStation first, right? So get the 60 frames per second. Abaddon, yo, I hope you're doing good, brother. I hope you're doing. How are you and the family? How is everyone? It's good to hear from you, man. Seriously, honestly, it really is. I should have checked in, but thought you were busy. So with Final Fantasy, I gotta play different music because it's copyrighted. So is this music too. This music's also copyrighted, and I'm stupid because I forgot about it. So we're gonna play the battle FF7 remake battle theme. We're gonna play a remix version of it. So shout outs to Abaddon. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. So let's see here. We got a fan-made one. Let the battles begin. Thank you so much, Abaddon. I appreciate you, fam. Yo, let's go. Even further than beyond. 89 on the board. 11 combos away from the platinum streak. Yo, I appreciate that, guys, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for your support, man. I appreciate it. I've been good, man. I've been good. I can't complain, man. Been busy. Yeah, man. Holidays, Thanksgiving, family, stuff like that. But no, I've been good too, brother. I've been good. Like my cousin's in town today, and my uncle's in town, and my brother's coming later. So I got a lot of stuff. We've been doing more remodeling stuff in the house. My wife has been doing a lot of stuff in terms of the house and remodeling and things, so it's been a lot, but it's been good. I can't complain. You guys have been here every step of the way, so I appreciate that. Let's go. Every step of the way, I appreciate it. Shout outs, guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. Shout outs to Abaddon. Thank you for the 5, brother. Let's go. 11 combos. Yeah, hit that like button. J2 Blue, what up, J2? Welcome. The gold 3D Zelda 3DS. The Majora's Mask 3DS, or is there a different gold one outside of the Majora's Mask? So yeah. Alright, make sure you hit that like button, guys, once again. If you guys have questions too, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence Plays by itself. More than happy to answer all of your questions. A coworker got his Switch robbed, and I had pity on him, so I gave him the Dragon Quest. Man, you're a good friend. You're a good friend, man. You're a good coworker. There's a lot of coworkers that you ain't giving them a damn thing. So I'm guessing you like this person, because I don't think anybody would give me a Switch at any of the jobs that I had. So you're a good guy, Jackson. Shout outs. Let's see here. I've been doing good though. I've been doing good. Been doing good, Abaddon. It's good to see your face as the profile picture. It's good to see your name here, brother. Man, the older I get, the more and more I want to just rely on the people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that I know, the more older and older you get. That's the one thing that's good and bad about getting old. When you're young, you feel like, oh, everybody can be cool without, like, if you talk to them enough. When you're old, sometimes you feel spiteful about people because you've been through so many bad experiences. But you got to make sure that you take it as like a fresh slate every time. You can't carry over that negativity to everybody new or to other people. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up becoming like a Scrooge McDuck type of situation. But listen, guys, you guys know how I feel about people that have been here. I like the repeats. I like people that build a rapport. I feel comfortable around that. Shout outs to Avedon. Thank you for the 88 months, brother. I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Let's see. You got a chance to play the new Octopath? Not yet. Not yet. I just finished Metroid Prime 4. I finished Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment and Metroid Prime 4 back to back. So I think last week was Age of Imprisonment. This week was Metroid Prime 4. Or this past week, yesterday, Metroid Prime 4. So I'm going to see if I can... I got to go back to Trails in the Sky before I even get into Octopath, you know? I got to go back to Trails in the Sky. So yeah, I'm going to go back to that game. I'm going to get that game beat. I'm going to put a good amount of time and get into that, you know, get in there. So get back into that, man. Get back into that for sure. So yeah. Let's see, I gotta get back at the Trails in the Sky. Yeah, Trails in the Sky is so good. When you're young, you're invincible, immortal. Once you hit 30, not so much. Yeah, well, at least you think that you're invincible or immortal, and then you realize that you're not. Let's see, OJ, honestly feel like this year has been amazing. This year's been pretty good, Dr. Birdie. This is not the joke. My doctor just called me and my neck is fractured. They're going to admit me tomorrow for emergency surgery. Oh my God. Can I ask, Casual Noob, how did you fracture your neck? I'm so sorry to hear about that. Emergency surgery. I know you've been in the hospital a lot. I'm praying for you, fam, for real. But can I ask, how did you fracture your neck? What happened to the point to where it got like that? Gold Hyrule 3DS. Hyrule 3DS? So, is there a different Gold 3DS compared to the Majora's Mask 3DS? Oh, shout outs to Nintendork too. What's up, Nintendork? My bad, bro. You said what up. What up, Nintendork? Welcome to the stream, brother. Shout outs, bro. Welcome to the stream. Don't know for sure? Man, that's crazy, bro. Bless up, bro. Sorry to hear about that. That just seems very rough to just, like, my neck is just fractured out of nowhere. Maybe you were sleeping on it wrong, yeah? Or maybe not. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know. Fractured. Must be in pain, right? Matt, 96 with the 24, getting the pure eyes. Hey, thank you so much, Matt. Oh, I appreciate the tune-in tier pledge. Yo, combo breaks. Anybody else that wants to become a member, exclamation mark member. All lowercase. Type that in. The prompt will come up. That tune-in tier is only one Matt O $96. Yo, I appreciate that, Matt O. Thank you for the support, brother. Tune-in tier. 2 years of tune-in tier support is wild. The original Gold Hyrule 3DS back before the new Nintendo 3DS Switch has Triforce symbol. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't remember that one. Yeah, I wasn't even worried about special edition 3DSs. Like, I was not worried. Like, I wanted the new Nintendo 3DS XL, so I was like, all right, I'll get this one, this Majora's Mask one, and then like I just said, all right, I'm good. Like, I don't need anything else, you know. And like the Switch was also, we knew that the Switch was gonna be a thing as well, so yeah. So yeah. Crazy. If you hit that like button, like I said, guys, if not hit that like button, hit that like button. Octopath Zero may be the RPG of the year, though. Did not expect it to be this good. I knew it was gonna be good because, you know, it looked good, like, and like the changes to the combat system. But yeah, people are saying the people that are playing are like, yo, this is like the best RPG system like in a long time in terms of mechanics. Real quick, Avedon, did you play Expedition 33 at all? Did you play that game, or did you start it up, or you plan on playing that game? I didn't know if you played it. I didn't see you post anything on it when it comes down to that. Alright, so I gotta pause this, guys, get my stream in order. I was planning on jumping back onto Trails, but Octopath is pulling me. Yeah, I gotta go back to Trails. Trails is so good. I gotta go back to it. I did not. Next year I will. Okay, nice. Next year. The new Arkham Switch update is pretty solid on Switch 2. Yeah, like we talked about that a little bit. Gambit, we discussed it. So they basically stabilized it towards like a solid 30. They've cleaned it up a little bit, improved like the look, resolution, and textures and some stuff. Cleaned it up a little bit, but yeah, now it runs like at a solid 30 on Switch 2. And it's even stabilized a bit better on Switch 1, but yeah, Switch 2, it looks like it's a solid 30. Octopath has me in a death grip right now. Oh, bruh. It makes me want to... Dude, I still need to play Final Fantasy Tactics, like the Evil East Chronicles. I still need to play that. I still need to play that. I still need to finish, you know, get through that game, you know? So yeah. What's up, Superpower Man? What'd you miss? You missed like the whole stream, so I'm sorry. You missed pretty much everything that we talked about. The replay will be up though if you really want to know. Well, we discussed all like a random assortment of things, from updates for Switch 2 games to Monster Hunter, all sorts of things. It's all good though. Apparently Mario Tennis Aces got a patch yesterday, but only mentioned very brief and non-descriptive note. I'm guessing it was basically nothing. I'm guessing it was absolutely nothing in terms of the patch, right? So yeah. So yeah, hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Let's see. I'm going to play rotation of Trails, Octopath, and FF7 over the next month. Whew, good luck. I want to see if I can get Trails in the Sky done before FF7 comes out. But FF7 isn't a priority since I've already beaten the game. So that's not going to be a, you know, that's not going to be a big, super big deal. For me, at least. That's not going to be a super big deal. So, yeah. Not going to be a super big deal, just because, you know, like I said, I already kind of, you know, I beat the game already, so I'll be playing it, but like if something else comes out and I need to play it, it can go on the back burner for me. So yeah. On the next multiplayer stream, that was a ton of fun. Saturday, thank you for the giveaway. Yeah, I'm not sure when that is. Once I know, then I'll let you guys know. But I don't have it planned for right now. So we'll think of something coming up. But yeah, I don't really plan the multiplayer streams too much. But yeah, like we'll probably do like another, if like we do like another marathon stream, maybe like next year, do like a marathon, or not next year. Well, yeah, actually technically next year, next month, but that will be technically next year as well. So we'll probably do one. Maybe like New Year's. We might do something for New Year's, like a New Year's show where we do something, but probably more like early after New Year's. We'll probably do something. So yeah, look out for that. Absolutely. Let's see here. Avados is, I like the way that they added the head start option for those who probably just want to run through the game quickly. Yeah. I mean, I would never use that, but yeah, definitely it's good for those who don't have as much time. OJ, can I use my song request next stream? Might be for hopping in late. Yeah, you can use it whenever. It's fine. If you don't want to use it now, you can use it later. What's up, House Gang? Did I miss the most anticipated games for 2026? Yeah, we kind of went over different games that we were looking forward to. I mean, you can still list what games you want or looking forward to. For me, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is one of the huge games that I'm looking forward to overall for the system. So, yeah. That's what I'm looking. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I got other games too, but that's the game I'm looking like. Oh my gosh! Like I'm so excited for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I think it's going to be incredible. You know. So I think it's going to be incredible. I might throw some Mario Galaxy 2 or Mario RPG in for the rotation for the mix-up. Wait, you haven't beat Mario RPG yet? Oh, bro. That's got to be on the list, like, right away to beat, because Mario RPG is so fast. Like, you can, like, mess around and beat the game in a night if you're not careful. Like, that's how fast the game moves. Like, it's pretty much linear with not really branching paths. They have some extra stuff that you can do, but it's pretty much like this. You start up here, and you go in a circle, then you complete it. And it's just so... The pacing is so good and well done. Like, you level up pretty much accordingly. Like, if you just fight all the enemies in an area, you'll level up accordingly to that. Like, I think the max level, I think, is only 20 or 30. I forgot. Yeah, and it's great, dude. It's great. It's so good. You can sub in and out different party members. You have new triple team attacks, double attacks. Oh, man, beat that game. That game is so great, man. It is so good. The HD Rumble is phenomenal, and it runs perfect on Switch too. It's smoothed out, man. It's so good, bro. I mean, I almost beat, like, literally, if I kept playing, I almost beat Super Mario RPG in a night. Like, I literally was halfway done with it, like, the first night that I played it, because I was just in my nostalgia, in my, like, groove of just great RPG gameplay. And yeah, like, I almost, like, literally I beat half of the game in a night. I was already, like, down at that, like, half. I was like, oh snap. I think I played it for like 6 or 7 hours, and I was like already kind of there, because, like, but I already knew what to do. Like, I know the strategies, I know what's good, I know what's bad. And on top of that, I got the added, like, benefit of years of extra RPG experience. So, like, I just applied that to making all the characters, like, you know, I make, like, Mario, like, offensive juggernaut, you know, Mallow, a magic beast. So, like, I'm even better at the game now than what I was back then, because I've got, you know, 3 decades worth of experience, you know, since the game came out. So it was pretty funny, you know, to kind of, like, play it again. So I was just breezing through. I was just blasting through the game. I wish they added a hard mode, which, you know, once you beat the game, like, they do have, like, a remixed boss, like, harder boss mode in the game, like, boss rush type thing, but, and some other stuff as well that I won't spoil. But yeah, like, the game is great. It is so good. Let's see, a player says, OJ, what's Nintendo's problem? Is a very example of a clown. Yeah, he's just a clown that's just looking at, clout chasing grift for money at this point, so, so yeah. It's all good. It's all good. Hit that like button, though, guys. Hit that like button if you have not hit that like button. Hit that like button, baby. Appreciate you guys, man. Seriously. All right. Hey, what's up, Jumpmon? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? SNES length RPG. Go at your own pace. Yeah, it's great though. Yeah, I have about 4 hours in my RPG. I'll complete that next playthrough though. Probably forgot I need to play FE3 Houses. Oh my gosh, Mario is the shortest one, so I would recommend just getting that game all wrapped up, because it's pretty short compared to some, like, Fire Emblem 3 Houses will take you a hot minute, and depending on how good or not you are at strategy RPGs, that last boss can cook you multiple times in that game. So yeah, it took me 10 hours, 11 hours plus to beat that boss. I've just taking some breaks here and there, but I was just getting cooked. But I was playing on the hard difficulty. I think my next big game is Mario Tennis Fever. Also excited for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I'll get FF7 remake for the culture, but I doubt I'll fully play it again. Okay, yeah. If you've already played it, there's really no point in playing the game again. Like, although there's some, I mean, like they've got some good stuff in terms of like, you know, for me it's the integrated content. Like I want to play that integrated content as well. So, and play portable. I think like I'd more be willing to deal with it portable as well. So yeah. Absolutely. Fallout Season 2 today. Oh, I forgot about Fallout. Oh, man, I still haven't watched Gen V. I still gotta watch Gen V. I still gotta watch... Dude, I'm so far behind. I think I'm so far behind. Can't wait to play Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. I'm about to turn in. Been working on sleeping earlier during the week. Hey, yeah. Me too, man. I'm trying to work on sleeping earlier too as well, brother. Trying to work on that. So if you guys have any last second questions, we got about 5 minutes left on the stream for tonight. I want to say big love to everybody. 89 on the combo board. That was still really good. I appreciate you guys. 11 more combos to get to the final one there, but we are good. If you guys have questions, just go ahead and tag me in the chat. I'll get all your questions answered. Let's ring out the last part of this stream. Let's go. Always about that. I gotta play on hard mode. You guys know, man, we don't do things easy around these parts. I gotta play on hard mode. I got to. There's another question. Do you believe that Tekken 8 will get ported to the Switch? Yeah, Tekken 8 was already leaked. So I covered that a while back. So that was kind of already leaked. I think it's just a matter of when they're going to deploy it. But yeah, Tekken 8 is coming. I started The Boys recently, already on Season 3. LOL, I love it so far. I told you, bro. The Boys is freaking incredible. I thought you've seen it already. But, you know, you watched Invincible, huh, Party Man? Okay, yeah, The Boys is so good. Yeah, you want to, as soon as you start watching it, you want to watch the next episode and the next episode and the next episode. And, like, it just gets addictive. The Boys is great. The Boys is great. Just checked out FF7 Remake Integrate demo, and I'm hyped. Yeah, the Remake Integrate demo is really good. It's really good. Man, The Boys is so good. Yeah, Season 5. The 5th and final season's coming up next year. So get ready for that party, man. Get ready for that, baby. Oh man, dude, I could. Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's legitimately the most It's one of the most addicting shows of all time, and the reason why it's so addicting because it takes what you know about superheroes and it says, "Wait a minute, hold up." Like, really think about it. Really think really hard about superheroes. We have people that don't have powers that are evil as hell and do whatever they want and commit crimes and do all this different type of stuff. Imagine if we actually had people with real powers. Do you really think that they would be good people? Probably not. You really think they'd be just like, oh, Superman, oh, I'm saving the world. Like, do you really think that the people, if they had superpowers, right, and people that don't have superpowers compared to people that do you really think that they would be actually good people? I highly doubt that if we had people like Superman, like Wonder Woman, like, you know, whoever, right, like Invisible Man or, you know, whatever, would they really be good people? I doubt it. I really doubt that they would be. Some, sure. Would some actually be good people and want to... exactly, right? Of course there'd be good people. Of course there would be. But there would be a lot of really bad people, you know? So that's what I love about The Boys, is that it explores that topic of... Because most of the time, pretty much all the time, superheroes growing up when I was a kid, it was always they're good. There were no superheroes that were like bad, that were supposed to be good. Like, yeah, you had villains that had powers that were villains, but they were clearly defined as villains. This show doesn't do that. Like, it's bad people across the board. Like, across the board. This is bad people across the whole board, you know? Even on the good guy side, there are bad people, you know? So yeah, man, it's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, if Marvel was corrupt, exactly. Which I think that's essentially what they were going for, like a corrupt Marvel, right? Like, so it's great. I have to pull myself. Yeah, dude, I used to watch it. And I'd be like, I have to like edit a video, and I used to get like tired because I'm like, oh man, I gotta edit a video after I'd watch it. But my wife, she like marathoned all the like, you know, she came here, and I remember she was just addicted. We were both addicted to watching it. Oh no, she came here when I think we were in season 3, so like a few years ago, season 3, and like I would like tell her to like wait because like I might be like on a business trip and like a new episode came out because they would do it like every Friday. I'm like, no, wait, let me finish, let me get back. I love everyone has dirt on each other. Oh yeah, it's so good, man. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good, so good. Man, let him get through his The Boys kick superpower, man. You gotta let him. Once you start watching The Boys, you don't want to watch anything else till you're done. Like that's what I realized with The Boys. Like if you have seasons to go, you're not gonna want to watch anything. You're not gonna even want to play a video game. Like, The Boys will take you away from gaming. Like, that's how good The Boys is, you know? Like, unless it was a game that I'm really excited to play, there's not much that can take me away. When I was watching The Boys, I barely played any video games outside of what I had to play for work. But when when I first got into The Boys back in 2020, I think it was 2022, 2021. Forgot exactly when. I think it was 2022. Dude, I didn't even play any games. I was just watching The Boys till I got caught up, you know. So yeah. Well, I mean, there's Marvel there's like a Spider-Man, like, you know, clone or a Spider-Man type of character in The Boys. Sure, it's more like DC, you know, with, you know, Homelander, Superman, and stuff like Wonder Woman, but there's definitely characters that would be, oh, that's a Marvel character in The Boys as well. So it's not just DC. It's not just DC. It's definitely Marvel as well. There's absolutely like, you know, Marvel characters too. Because it's like X-Men. That's like Marvel, right? That's not DC. Is X-Men's Marvel? And there's absolutely like, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's potentially somebody like, let's just say there's potentially somebody like, I'm not going to say who it is or whatever, but there's potentially somebody like Nightcrawler, right? So like Nightcrawler, that's Marvel, right? So yeah, there's absolutely Marvel characters that are parodied in The Boys for sure. The Spider-Man guy's disgusting, yeah. Yeah, X-Men's Marvel. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Then there's 1000% there is a character that is similar to Nightcrawler when it comes down to it. So yeah. We already have games down on SD cards. Well, so what happens? We are left with game key cards when Switch Online eventually shuts down. Okay, Darth Hallian, ask yourself what happened when the Wii shut down, or when the 3DS shut down, or when the DS shut down. Did you ever ask yourself that? What happened? What can you right now, if you downloaded a game or if you did whatever on the 3DS or on the Wii or on the Wii U? What happened to your games? Can you go re-download them? What happened to all the downloads that you had back then? What happened? Ask yourself that. Because I'm guessing this is a rhetorical question. I don't think you actually are serious about this. I think this is rhetorical to make a statement because you're upset about something, right? Because this is such a random thing. You didn't even say hi. You just started out with that. So I'm going to ask you a question. What happened to your DS, your 3DS, your Wii downloads, your Wii U? What happened to all those? Let me know. Let's see here. Spider-Man guy. Yeah, Spider-Man guy is really disgusting. Yeah, once the show it hooks you. But the main crew is basically corrupt Justice League. Yeah, but once again, there's also Marvel characters that are also parodied as well. Like 100% Marvel characters that are also parodied, you know. So yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't even say that because there's also another character that's very much like Doc Ock or like Venom as well that I won't. That's part of the main crew too, maybe, or not. So I wouldn't even say that. Have you watched the whole show, Superpower Man? Have you? Because like I see what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying with when it comes to, like, main crew, but there's absolutely characters that are more like from the main like two factions that are also like that are like Marvel. So it's not just DC. There's definitely multiple Marvel characters that are parodied in this one as well. So yeah. I still have them on my device. I haven't used game key cards, and they're much bigger downloads. What does that have to do? I asked you, Darth Hyland, I asked you, what happened when all the other stuff shut down? That's what I asked you. I asked you what happened. That's what I asked you. What happened? That's what I asked you. I didn't ask you if they're big downloads or not. That's irrelevant. That doesn't matter if they're big downloads or not. I'm asking you what happened to the Wii U, what happened to the 3DS, what happened to the Wii, what happened to the DS, what happened to all of those when those stores shut down? What happened? I'm asking you a question. Do you know? I'm not asking if you have it on your device or whatever. I'm asking you what happened. Because you asked a question saying what happens once it shuts down. So I'm asking you what happened to the previous ones? What happened? Do you know? Yeah, I mentioned Soldier Boy already. Okay, so you've been watching. I just said they're still on my device. No, I'm asking you, if you go, what happened when it shut down to the stores, like to your downloads? Can you still download them? That maybe let me guide you in the direction of that. If you downloaded a game from the Wii on your device that you had it on, or from the Wii U from your device that you have it on with your account, can you go online and re-download your game? For the Wii, it's been 20 plus years, so it's been a while since they shut that store down. Not 20 years, but 20 years since it came out. For the DS, it's been a while, or the DSi. So can you go download those? Yes or no? It's just a simple, I'll make it easy for you. Yes or no question. No, not that they're still on your device. That's not what I asked. Like I said, I'm saying, can you download the things that you already downloaded on your previous Nintendo devices after the stores have shut down? It's a yes or no question. That's all I'm asking for. Yes or no question. Yes or no. Let's hear it. It's a yes or no question. That's all I'm asking. Because like I said, you want to come in, you don't even want to say hi. That's fine. We can get right down to business. Because you're coming here to complain. You will check then. You will check. You don't know. Never checked. Ah, I see. You never checked. You never researched. But you came here to complain. This is the problem with people in today's day. No offense, Darth Hallion. But this is the problem. You will complain. You will be upset. You will grift off of other people, content creators, fear-mongering you, and you will not do research yourself. You don't know. Yet you're coming here and blabbering about game key cards and what's gonna happen and fear-mongering without even saying hi, OJ. What's up, man? How are you doing today? Not even saying what up. The first thing you say. So if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna make you look silly if you're gonna do stuff like that. I would like at least a hi, OJ. How are you, dude? What's up, man? Before you start blabbering about something that you don't know about, that you've obviously watched other content creators grift you to death or fearmonger you to death, and you came here to say that. Listen, Dart, listen to me. Let me help you out, all right? You said that you didn't know. Here's the thing. Stop watching grifters on game key cards. Stop watching people that don't know what they're talking about. If you watched me, then you would know what I'm about to tell you. Listen, I don't like game key cards. I'm not a fan of game key cards. So let me just bring it all back. I'm not a fan of game key cards at all. But you can re-download all your software that's already been up. By the way, if you bought let me let you know. If you bought a Wii game, okay? If you bought a Wii game, digital, if you have that system, you can still re-download it. If you bought a Wii U game, you have the system, you can still re-download it. If you bought a DSi game and you have that system, you can still re-download it. This is a new Nintendo 3DS. I can go online right now and re-download my ambassador certificate. Not even a game, but an ambassador certificate, and all of the original games, the the games that they gave, the GBA and the NES classics, I can re-download all of those. I actually did that because I didn't have them on here. I re-downloaded a lot of them. You can re-download all of that, you know? So you don't have to come here to fearmonger your game key cards. And that's already been known that you can do all that. So like I said, stop watching grifter videos, okay? Because that's what's happened. I'm almost positive that's what you did, because you're not watching my channel because you would know. You would know if this already. So you're watching grift, okay? That's the problem that I have with grift channels. That's the problem that I have, is that like they won't tell their audience the truth. They'll just be upset and angry about things all day. Like I said, you don't have to like game key cards, but be honest about them so you don't have people like the Hylian, you know, like Darth Hylian, that has no idea and is just angry, just going around blabbering about game key cards and being angry for no reason. You know what I'm saying? For like no apparent reason. Like there's no point in doing that, because we already know that you can re-download stuff even after the shop's shut down. Like that's already a known thing. So yeah. So yeah, that's really it. But I do want to say this though. Darth Hylian, thank you for being a good sport about it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being a good sport about it. I think that you're cool. I just had to make a little bit of fun with you, my man. But thank you for being a good sport about it. And I'm glad that I'm glad that you're here so I can give you the right, you know, the right information. I'm glad that you came here. I'm glad that you came back to ask, because then I can give you the right information, because we're 6 months in and we still got people who don't know that you can re-download stuff from Nintendo 20 years ago or whatever, from the past. So yeah. I don't watch all your videos or any videos in particular. No, it's all good. Darth, I saw that you've watched some of my other stuff, so I did see that in your activity history, so I appreciate you being around. I don't want to drive you away, but I also will say, don't get fear-mongered and grifted by people, because that what you did right now was definitely a fear-mongering grift, because you didn't even seek out the other side. That information that I told you is not hidden knowledge. That's very, very public that you can do that. But the problem is that angry people with game key cards and grifters don't tell you that. So like they don't tell you, oh man, you can do that, right? So that's the reason why you didn't know. You didn't know because the people that you're looking at, they're not saying it because they're angry about it. Once again, I don't like game key cards either, but you should also know both sides. Like, okay, well, listen, game key cards are not cool. Nobody likes to download the game. That's a physical game. But, you know, one of the big concerns is like, oh, after the shops get shut down, what happens? It's like the same thing that happened with all the other previous systems. They're still up. Now, will the shops go down for good? Yeah, I don't think Nintendo's going to exist for forever. So someday they'll be shut down, or maybe 2, 3, 4 generations from now. Will they still have Wii downloads? Probably not. Because probably nobody will be ever caring about that. Or they'll tell you, hey, look, last chance to get your Wii downloads, you know? So, yeah, one of these days, I don't know how far in the future it's going to be, but I'm pretty sure it costs Nintendo next to nothing just to keep the storefront, your re-downloads up. Keeping the storefront available and all the games, that costs money. But just keeping your own specific downloads on a spare server somewhere, yeah, that's probably a thing. They're probably okay with that, you know? So yeah. Honest truth is, what actual evidence which suggests digital games or key cards won't be available to be downloaded 40, 50 years from now, even rented, Wii Shop is going... There is no evidence that you won't have the ability to re-download, because the closest, or like the furthest back that we go to re-downloads goes to the Xbox One, or the original OG Xbox era. So there hasn't been long enough digital downloads from a unified storefront for us to say anything past 20 years, right? The OG Xbox came out in 2001. The Nintendo DSi, that came out in like what, 2009 or something like that, or 2000 whatever. So that's the early. So we only have about barely 20 years of Nintendo data. Or the Wii came out in 2006, and I think WiiWare came out in 2008. So we only have not even 20 years of actual data in terms of things. So there's nothing that says that it would. I mean, it's possible, obviously, but there's nothing that says that it will be. Like I said, it's probably just stored on a spare server somewhere, and that's all it does. All it does is just communicate your account that you had with that system. So I don't really think that takes a lot of time or maintenance to keep, you know? So yeah. No grift videos. It's definitely grift videos that are. I mean, it's angry people on Twitter, online, and grift videos, because a lot of times grift videos don't tell you that you can re-download stuff going all the way back to the Wii, because they want you to be angry about something. They want to play on your emotions. So this person definitely was watching the grift videos, or just watching angry people complain about them, right? Like that's where it comes from. Because people that are like, okay, well, let me search out what happened before, because he's asking what happens when. It's really easily, like I said, you can look that up very easily. Well, what happens? Like, can you still read? All you have to say is, can you still re-download Wii games? It'll tell you right there in Google search. It can. So something was stopping him from doing that. Something, and basically it was probably people telling him this is how it is. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, fear mongering. That's the only place where that comes from, you know. So, but it's all good. Like I said, I appreciate him being a good sport about it and all that, you know. But yeah, we gotta, man, the grift videos, man. This is something, like I said, this is known that people have been able to read, and they still don't think that you can re-download, you know, like your old games. So, you can ask for sure. You can ask for sure. You can definitely ask if you want to ask. You can definitely ask. I'll answer any questions. So yeah. Hit that like button though, guys, if you have not hit that like button. Shout outs. Appreciate everybody here. Appreciate everybody here. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up though. I think we are gonna wrap it up here. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream. You guys have all been incredible. So I appreciate everybody coming through. Big love to my man as well. I appreciate that. Big love, guys. I want to say thank you, like I said, once again, to everybody that came through to the stream, just because you guys' support, you guys have been incredible. Christmas coming up, so we're going to have some pretty cool events and some special stuff going on as well. So that should be fun, too. That should also be fun. We got a lot of stuff that's going to be going down soon as well, man. So if you guys haven't seen my most recent video, check out my most recent video. It's up already. If you guys can hit the like button and go comment on there, man. It would be great if you guys can really go comment. If you have not, we got 150 people here, 140 people here. If you guys can go drop some comments, go drop a like and comment and check out that video. But drop a like and comment. That would be great. Yo, Red Carry, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. But please, on that video, I just linked it. Go drop a like and go drop a comment. Yo, that would be super, super, super cool if you guys can do that for me, all right? Even if you've already dropped a comment, go drop another comment saying something else about Final Fantasy or whatever. If you like the demo, go put it there or whatever the case is. I appreciate if you guys would support the video content as well. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate that. We will see you guys maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we'll see you guys on Thursday. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Love y'all so much. Shout out to all the Elite Ninja and the donos that came in through today. I appreciate that. And we'll see you